up. I'm bossed 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 up. I got boss in my IV, just check my ID, and that's why I be the HNIC. People despise me, my services ain't free. Ain't trying to hear your story, homie, cop me, no please. In high school, corner, quarterback. Nowadays, corner, quarter sack. Keep that on the low, rappers turning into rats. Try snitching on they self, DEA ransack.
You know what time.
You know, no countdown today, man. We hopping straight into it.
Yeah, no, we know what day it is. GQ's back. He's feeling better.
Yep, he got some teeth removed last week, but you know it's all good. That's not stopping my boy's grind.
Yep.
All right, I'm still here to talk my shit.
Right, and he's on daddy mode, watching the double machine. We'll have updates as that goes by.
Absolutely. He got his baby girl out there balling right now. She's going to drop 25 and 12 for us one time just because, you know, that's what ballers do. So we'll get updates periodically throughout the game. She's, I believe, already at 6 points, right, GQ? There it goes.
He's muted right now.
Y'all hear that? Yeah. So he's getting live. He's giving live in action and analysis right now. But that's what we do here, man. We multifaceted, like we say all the time. We don't just. I know this is a football show, but we don't just talk football, man. We talk basketball as well. We get into some baseball sometimes as well. Shout out to the Rangers for handling business. But yeah, we got a crazy show for everybody today. Mel, you trying to kick us off, bro? Mel, you trying to kick us off, man?
Let's get it popped. I just want people to know. If you saw the thumbnail, you saw DJ Khaled in the background. You saw the quote, "We are the best." We're the best podcast on YouTube, on your TikTok, whatever you think you're watching about when it comes to this football and this sports podcast. And this is a whole from the sideline. This is not just inside the hub. This is basket to basket. This is gentleman's talk. This is player versus team. This is all of it. You're not going to get the quality of sports content anywhere else and the quality of variety that gentleman talk is going to give. We're the best. We are the best. And why do I say we are the best? Because everything we say comes to fruition.
It does.
Like we have receipts for everything. Everything.
And if you don't know, now you know.
What it is.
Back when all of this started with we're gonna open up with the Las Vegas Raiders and everything that happened with it. We talked about this. I put it on the TikTok. It was May 19th. We said that this season was going to weigh heavily on this front office on whether they keep Josh McDaniels and Davante Adams. And I totally believe that the choice was, do we trade Davante Adams or do we get rid of Josh McDaniels? And if you saw the quote from the front office, and they said there is no fucking way we trade Davante Adams. Which means Josh McDaniels' head was on the chopping block Monday. And he was gone. He needed to be gone. We talked about this already. We talked about this 2 weeks ago, that he needed to be gone. Him and Brandon Staley need to go. Everything that they were doing was not beneficial to the team. The team wasn't responding to the head coach. I don't know how many times you have to look on the sidelines and see a frustrated Davante Adams. How many times do you have to see or look in the stat sheet and you see Josh Jacobs carry the ball 6 times? Hunter Renfrow not registering a catch or a target. Like, if you're an offensive guy, the one thing you have to do is take care of your side of the ball if you're a head coach. He was not taking care of his side of the ball. At least if the Raiders were losing, but they were putting up 40 points a game and the defense was ass, hey, you can't blame Josh McDaniels. But the defense is ass and they're scoring 16 points a game. Somebody got to go.
The defense team. Because Max Crosby was over there playing out his damn mind, but we over there throwing we overthrowing Devontae Adams, which seems impossible, but clearly Jimmy Garoppolo is proficient at overthrowing receivers, just like he did in the Super Bowl to Deebo Samuel when they should have beat Kansas City. I said what I said.
There you go.
I mean, he's not lying about that, man. And honestly, like I said it last year, I said it, you feel me, before the season started, and I said it yesterday when I dropped the video about Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler losing his job. They were trying to implement this Patriot way, right? And you can't, Gesundheit, my dog sneezing. You can't implement a Patriot way in a Raider type organization. It just doesn't work, right? And there was a lot of people, there was a lot of fans, there was a lot of just outside noise telling me, oh, well, you know, the Patriots, you see their dynasty, so maybe that's how the Raiders are gonna, you know, conduct winning. And I'm like, bro, no, that's not how the Raiders have ever won. Like, I get it, right? Like, you look at the Patriots and you see everything they've done, and you're like, oh, well, we want to be like that, right? Like if we can mimic that some way, some shape or form, then we can get on that level. But it's like, that may be true with other organizations, but you can't do that shit with the Raiders, bro. That just don't fly. It's not gonna fly with the fans. It's not gonna fly with the team. Like, the reason why it flew so long with Mark Davis is because he was trying to make something work, right? Trying to go and try kind of like find a different direction than his dad. I was listening to Greg Papa's interview today on the radio, and he gave a lot of insight as to why a lot of these moves transpired and why it kind of took so long. It's because Mark Davis is really trying to figure out not only who he is as a football owner, but really as a football mind itself, right? And this is the reason why he brought on Tom Brady, is because Tom Brady is supposed to be like more of not necessarily a mentor, but a guide to really show him like what would be the best type of football moves to propel his team in the best direction. And I can understand that, right? Like, he's no Al Davis, and we all know that because Al knew his football, and Al, you know, stood on business, right? As, you know, Drewski would say, which is why he got, you know, a lot of the reception that he got in, you know, early in his career. But I think it's different with Mark. He's trying to find his own way as an owner, and, you know, I can only like kind of respect it, right? I know I had a lot to say about him. I still feel the same ways, right? Because at the end of the day, if you don't really know the game of football as much as you've been around it, then I feel like you need to appoint somebody that does know the game of football and that can help you with these certain type of decisions. Which is why I feel like he brought in Tom Brady. That's really one of the ultimate football players, the ultimate football minds outside of probably Ray Lewis to me. So when you make a decision like this, right, and you ultimately have to pay 2 head coaches the upwards of $80 million for them not to coach your team, that shows like you have faith in the players that you have now, and there's something in the organization that needs to be brought out, right? And there's only certain people that can do it. Like I said, this is the Raiders, bro. This isn't the Patriots. This isn't the Bengals. This isn't the 49ers. This isn't the Chiefs. This is the fucking Raiders. Like, the Raiders have a way of doing shit. They have a way of playing. They have a way of winning, right? Like, every single ex-football player, Warren Sapp, Randy Moss, Marshawn Lynch, like every single person that can concede to this and say, like, when you go to the Raiders, it's a different game, it's a different vibe. And like, that's the reason why, like, you have half the locker room that's not fucking with this Patriot way, and half the locker room that's like kind of buying into it. It's like, nah, because that's not the Raider way.
The Raider organization is different. And I'm gonna get on and speak again. I have to. It hates that Emmanuel Acho has to deal with 3 complete morons on his show. Except for Shady. Shady's actually coming around, but the other
I'm not gonna lie. Shady is actually starting. I feel like he actually read a book. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I feel like he has.
I feel like Shady would be better on a pop culture show than a football show, but that's just me.
True. No, he goes sideways a lot, but recently he's been okay, because they were talking about how, this is Joy Taylor, how the Raider organization doesn't know what they're doing. Just look at the history of head coaches that they've had, yada 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 yada. Now, I'm going to name the coaches real quick. You had John Gruden, Bill Callahan, Norv Turner, Art Shell, Lane Kiffin, Tom Cable, Hugh Jackson, Dennis Allen, Tony Sperano, Jack Del Rio, John Gruden again, Rich Bisaccia, who took over the year before last, Josh McDaniels. Every guy that the Raiders have hired, other teams would have hired because they were the hot coach at the time.
Yep.
They tried to say, "Oh, why would you hire Lane Kiffin?" Everybody wanted Lane Kiffin.
Quite literally, I remember the Lane Kiffin, the great Lane Kiffin race.
Like everybody wanted Lane Kiffin. Sorry. Norv Turner. Norv Turner was coming off of everything he did with Dallas, like just how he made that Dallas Cowboy team look. Everybody, Bill Callahan, we know what Bill Callahan is. We know what John Gruden is. Hugh Jackson, we knew what Hugh Jackson was. Dennis Allen, Tony Sperano. Tony Sperano was living off that Giant defense. Like every move that the Raiders, just because it didn't work out with the Raiders, you're using revisionist history. Don't do that. They made the right hires. It did not work. The same way they went out and got Randy Moss. Did it work with Randy Moss? No. What happened as soon as Randy Moss left?
He went to the Patriots and had the most prolific offense in 2007.
Exactly. Like you can't fault them for trying to do something because it seems like it would work and then it didn't work. That's revisionist history. They made the right choice in the time.
And the thing about me, right, when a lot of people say like, "Oh, it didn't work," and like this is the thing that irritates me about a lot of these people when they talk about the Raiders, right? Because first of all, they don't watch the games, right? Like they don't pay attention to the games, bro, because it's the Raiders and they haven't been good for a long time, and they get the Kings treatment in the NBA, right? Like when the Kings, like now that the Kings are good, everybody's like, "Oh my God, like what the heck? How are the Kings just good? And who is this player? And who is this player?" It's like, bro, these guys have been around for years. Y'all just don't watch games like how you guys say you do, NBA and NFL analysts, but you guys don't, right? And the fact of the matter is, a lot of people don't watch Raider games, so they really don't understand. When Hugh Jackson was the coach, it was interesting to me how it was considered a quote unquote unsuccessful season, but he finished the season 500, right? He doesn't have any of the guys that he wants. He takes over the season literally as a sporadic, right? Not to mention Al Davis dies that year, right? Yep. Rest in peace. So like he finishes the season 500, right? And I remember that season, right? It was a very emotional season. I remember the pick that Michael Huff had in the end zone, and everybody's crying because it was literally the day after Al Davis passed. Like it was a big ass. That was a really big deal, right? But he finishes the season 500, right? John Gruden finishes his season before he gets terminated, just under 500, right? Jack Del Rio finishes the season over 500. Rich Bisaccia finished the season over 500. Like you have all of these guys that took what they had and they made it work, and they built their team. Even not Rich Bisaccia, right? But they built their team how they wanted and how they wanted to see fit. Like John Gruden, he came in, he got rid of some guys. Everybody was upset about it. He came in with some new guys, and it started to turn it around. If he would have kept his nose clean, then it would have been a whole different game.
Like stuff from the past was what took out John Gruden. It wasn't that John Gruden wasn't doing a good job. Like, are we forgetting that just 4 or 5 years ago, Derek Carr was the lead candidate for MVP before he got hurt?
Yeah, before he fucked his shoulder up.
Like, come on, like stop it. Like this whole thing that the Raiders don't know what they're doing. Like they drafted Amari Cooper. Khalil Mack is there. Like there are things like everything, like it just falls apart for them for whatever reason. Henry Ruggs, who would have thought that Henry Ruggs would drive a Corvette 112 miles an hour and slam into somebody sitting at a stop sign?
I mean, who would have thought that Josh Jacobs would turn into what he was going to be at the same time? I mean, who would have thought that Max Crosby was going to be what Max Crosby's doing now? Like, these are things. Now, we know they've also whiffed on some draft picks. We know this, and that's okay.
Absolutely.
But every team whiffs.
Does anybody talk about the Patriots? And this is not a shot at the Patriots, but do anybody talk about the Patriots misdrafted?
We suck ass at drafting receivers. I say that right now. Look, I'm wearing the shirt. All right, I'm always repping. We suck ass at drafting receivers though, but not defensive players though. We're monsters at that.
But I don't like the fact that there's this aura about the Raiders that people just want to talk crazy about the Raiders, and it's like, did they have recent success? Of course not. No, we all know that. But that's a lot of teams. Like, it's just not the Raiders.
It's definitely not. And
Let's not act like Cleveland been good in the last 10 years. Like, let's not act like Jacksonville been good in the last 10 years. There was a point in time where Arizona was one of the top teams in the NFL. Now look at them, they're fucking bottom feeders.
Yeah,
Like Carolina, you know, Cam Newton got them up, and then they fucking drastically collapsed shortly after. Like we've seen this over right now. The Patriots were the dynasty. Now look at it. We just kind of chugging along right now.
They talk about, you know, they talk about, oh, look at how many coaches the Raiders had. Okay, cool. How many coaches have the Cleveland Browns had? How many quarterbacks?
How many quarterbacks have the damn Browns had?
Like, you can't, like, it'll fix itself, but every team goes through this. Every team, like, but it's like they just like picking on the Raiders, and it is what it is. But it's just like, allow them to self-correct, and that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to self-correct, and I thought, like Mulich said, like, bringing in Tom Brady was a big thing. You have a football guy in-house now, and if people was thinking anything, look, if Tom Brady was going to be like biased, Josh McDaniels would have never got fired.
Absolutely.
Like, so there's that part. So I'm just like, allow it to happen. It should have happened. I don't think we should have never gotten to this point, because I don't think Josh McDaniels, nothing on his resume really warranted him becoming another head coach.
His failures at Denver should have been all you needed to know.
Exactly.
Honestly.
You know, we don't have no evidence of him having a successful offense outside of Tom Brady. Like, there's too many things that were negative on why he was not the right hire.
Well, not only that, but the fact of, name me a successful Bill Belichick disciple.
Boom, right there.
Joe Judge was trash.
Mm-hmm.
He was absolutely trash. All right, I mean, Josh McDaniels failure times 2. Matt Patricia was a failure. I mean, yeah. I mean,
well, you got Daboll. Well, it depends on how you decide. What's the coach for the Titans?
Oh, Vrabel.
Mike
was
Vrabel.
a player.
He was a player, though.
It depends on how you wanted to say decipher or whatever.
Yeah, but Vrabel was also originally, if I remember, wasn't he drafted by? He was drafted by Pittsburgh, wasn't he? If I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Before he played for New England, if I did my little history back real quick. So
he won his championship with New England.
Yeah, 100%, he did. But like, we haven't had that one guy, like how we talk about guys from, like, you know, like the like the Andy Reid tree, or like the Sean McVay tree, like guys who actually have went to another team, put their staple on it, and become like, oh shit, this is one of the guys from this person's tree. We don't really have that person from Belichick's tree.
True.
And that's okay. Not every great coach is meant to have disciples that can carry it on. Bill Belichick is truly one of one, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, you know, rest in peace to Bobby Knight. But do you think there's a disciple of Bobby Knight outside of Coach K? Like, nobody saw Coach K coming.
He literally
coached them. But look, you know, and I know this is, you know, a football show, but just think about somebody like Bobby Knight, who was literally a prodigy. The dude took over U.S. Army West Point at 24 years old as a coach.
Right.
That shit don't happen in the modern era.
It
don't happen. You don't find me a 24-year-old head coach.
Well,
exactly.
You ain't gonna find one.
Well,
Sean McVay was young. Sean McVay is one of the youngest coaches we have. Mike McDaniel's fairly young, but not in their 20s. Not some kid basically fresh out of college. I just got my.
The only 20-year-old head coach I know is my boy from out here.
Yeah, like,
he's a
I just got my
high school
bachelor's
football
degree
head coach.
and I'm a coach already. Like, the fuck? Like, no.
Yeah, no. So it's just, I think the Raiders situation, it needed to happen. It was the right move to make. I don't care that it's in the middle of the season. I don't. I think if you wanted to,
we need more patience.
Yeah.
The NFL has got far too much turnover. Like, you're not allowing. It's kind of like, it's no different than college, right? When you bring in the new coach, you've got to let the system come together. You got to let them draft their guys. You got to let player development happen. Like, look at the Steelers. Say whatever you want about the Steelers, but how many losing seasons does Mike Tomlin have?
Boom.
Right.
I'm just saying, stability is a motherfucker.
But Mike Tomlin literally just took over. Like, he was on the staff
and he did.
Right. So the Steelers were already a well-oiled machine. All you did was you took the intern and said, all right, the old dude is leaving. You now the new dude. The Raiders,
Yeah, but he's still eventually you started seeing what Mike Tomlin's guys looked like.
Right, but he was able to keep the shell, the system together. The problem with the
True.
Raiders is there wasn't somebody who was already there and established, and then groom somebody to come on in. It's always
Yeah.
this guy runs this, so when we bring the new guy in, we got to strip all this down. They're always
Exactly.
stripping it down. They're always stripping it down, and you can't win like that. You can't create a culture like that because even in New England, Belichick, he just followed the Bill Parcells mold.
Sean Payton did the same thing.
Because all he did, he came with Bill from the Giants.
Yep.
So he understood what Bill wanted to do, and Bill was comfortable with like, all right, well, if I'm not going to do this, that guy can do it the way that I would do it. And Bill did it the way that he did it, and then did it better.
Yeah, but it's another reason why I have such a problem with the hiring cycle in the NFL. Too many recycled guys, too many failed coaches. Like we've got to either start bringing in some new blood or start elevating some of these offensive defensive coordinators that have never been head coaches. Like we've got to get some new blood in here. Stop hiring your friends. All right, NFL, stop hiring your fucking friends. It ain't equating shit. Stop hiring your fucking friends.
I think what has to happen is people got to understand there's a difference between your responsibilities as a coordinator and your responsibilities as a head coach. And just because you are a dope coordinator doesn't mean you're a head coach, and just because you're a head coach doesn't mean you know how to call plays as a coordinator. And you have to find out the guys that are leaders. Can that guy lead your football team as a head coach? Josh McDaniels is not a leader. He's never shown you the aptitude to be a leader. So
he's a yes man.
Exactly. Like he's not a leader. Like he doesn't. Nothing about him oozes head coach. When you see Mike Tomlin, oh, that's a head coach.
Yeah, the fact that Bill O'Brien was a much better head coach than Josh McDaniels should tell you something. And Bill O'Brien's not a bad head coach. He was just a terrible head coach / GM. He did set the Texans back like 15 years. But as just a head coach alone, he got the Texans to where they were a fairly explosive offense without the pre-Deshaun Watson. Like this is with Matt Schaub that's saying something.
But that's a guy taking control of his part of the team. He's an offensive guy. So he's the head coach. So I expect the offense to perform. Tony Dungy, you see him, head coach, leader. He also took care of his side of the ball. No Tony Dungy defense was ever asked.
Lovie Smith,
like these guys.
Even when the Bears had bad seasons, Lovie Smith's defense, you knew what it was.
Right.
You wasn't moving the rock on that Lovie Smith defense.
No, you knew Bill Parcells' teams were always going to follow the book. They're going to be the least penalized team. They're going to work hard. They're going to bring their lunch pail every single day because that's who he was.
Yeah. Even if you look at the Patriots now, our offense is anemic, but our defense is still guys you've never heard of. You're like, damn, where these guys coming from? Like, we're missing 5 key players, and the defense is still that's Bill Belichick's staple though is defense. So like but the thing with the head coach and Mel hit it on the head is it's not just are you good at offense or defense or special teams? Are you a galvanizer? Can you galvanize and lead men? Because when rubber meets the road, what are you as the head coach going to say and do to make sure your team shows up and shows out?
Right. Rex Ryan, another one. You can say what you want about Rex. Rex Ryan was a very good head coach.
He was
underrated,
actually. Underrated.
Very motivated man.
And he's a leader. Like his guys will fight for him. I know this. I've been around him. I've been in the locker room with this dude. Marvin, same thing with I was gonna say Marvin Jones.
Marvin Lewis.
Like these dudes, like
I was gonna say Marvin Jones too. That's crazy.
It's like you feel a head coach. You feel it. When he steps in the room, you feel it. Sean McVay, you feel head coach. These guys, it doesn't matter what you give them, they figure out how to make it. That's what a chef is. You give a chef ingredients and be like, you make me a meal. I got you.
Yep. That's why this current NFL season, Dan Campbell's one of my favorite coaches.
Right.
Because when he first got hired, my man got made fun of because he's talking about biting off kneecaps and all that. Him and Nick Sirianni both. Weird as hell. They're weird as hell. But look at them both now.
Same
the Lions
thing
look like
same thing with Mike McDaniel.
Mike McDaniels just looked like a weird ass California kid though. Like, let's just keep it a blunt. He looked like he smoked a blunt before he started coaching. Like, let's
hell yeah, man. Shout out to my boy Big Mike.
Think about but GQ, think about what you just said. Looks like he smoked, but look at the team that he's on. It's in Florida. Like, it gives that type, you know what I mean? But it seems like it fits that vibe. So those players are gonna vibe with that. Look at where
he doesn't have a lot of off the field problems. So I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah, like, and if you head coaches always find themselves in the positions that suit them. Bill Parcells, the Giants, Patriots. It, you know, even with the Cowboys, but that's because he's the big tuna. You know what I'm saying? But you look at
even look at Pete Carroll. We didn't even name Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll's another one.
Right. Yep. Like these guys, their teams will always morph around them. I said teams will always take on the personality of the head coach. And if that coach is a good leader, that's what happens.
I think the difference with the Raiders is the team they don't take on the identity of the head coach. They take on the identity of the old owner.
They take on the person that, if you're a Raider, you're a rebel.
Yeah, like
that's what you
are. Al was the biggest rebel in the
NFL. Al Davis was a rebel owner. All of the he always bucked against what was
everybody. That's the reason why freaking Pete Rozelle hated that man.
Well, you got to remember, he was also the groundbreaker for scouting.
Not to
he
mention.
Used to go scout players that people would not even think twice about, and he would draft these guys, and they would turn into Raiders. Let's call them Raiders, because they ended up being like true Raiders. And you were like, where did you find this guy? Like, he galvanized what we do now as scouting. You don't have advanced analytics like we do in 2023 without the things that Al Davis was doing.
That, not to mention, he's literally the sole reason behind relocation of teams. Like, if you want your team to be relocated, like, you have to directly thank Al Davis, bro, because he took the fall for that multiple times with the Raiders. Like, moving them to LA was not no easy feat. He didn't just call the league and was like, yeah, I'm going to move my team to LA. They did not want him to do that.
Nope.
Like, he took the fall for that a lot. So St. Louis moving from LA to, or the Rams moving from LA to St. Louis, and all of these teams doing the relocation, like, that shit, it's a lot that plays into it, right? And that's the reason why I've been saying what I'm saying. Like, you can't have a Patriot coach come into a Raider locker room and expect people to just buy in. It's never going to fucking work. And for everybody that wanted to say, oh, it doesn't work, it's not going to work, and oh, well, this person didn't work, and that person didn't work, and this person didn't work, and that person didn't work. It worked, bro. It's just the fact that they didn't get to build the way they wanted to build in the Raider way. That's what faulted them, right? Yep. Like, when you had a Jack Del Rio, he's building it in the Raider way, right? He has a Derek Carr. And this is the reason why I say you don't get rid of your franchise quarterback for somebody new.
I'm gonna get to that in a second.
Oh yeah, this is the reason why I said it. You feel me? Because I know I'm already knowing you guys. You sauteing right now. You chopping up the vegetables. You getting ready to cook. But this is the reason why I say what I said, bro. You can't get rid of your franchise quarterback to do this whole revolving door with the quarterback again. Is because if you already have a set foundation, then why mess up that foundation to go to another foundation, and you don't even know that foundation is good or guaranteed, right? You have this person, you have this person, you have this person. Build off those guys, right? You don't sit up there and, oh, well, Rich, even though you had a really great, solid season, all the teams behind you, everybody's rallying behind you, the players like you, players respect you, they bought in, we're going to go ahead and get rid of you, right? Derek Carr, even though that you're loved and respected and adored in this locker room, everybody looks at you as a leader and a respected leader and a galvanizer of the troops, even though a lot of people on the outside have their opinions, the locker room is what respects you, right? The locker room, you make this locker room go, gone. Right, boom. Oh, Darren Waller, we're going to keep you. You're going to be an integral part of the offense. Boom, gone. Like, there's a lot of stuff that they could have sat and built off of that they chose not to and chose to go into a different route. And that's ultimately what messed it up. And everybody's looking for this, oh, well, we got to look like the Chiefs. We got to look like the Eagles. We got to look like the Dolphins. It's like, no, we have to look like the Raiders, and we need a coach that's going to come in and make us look like the Raiders again.
Right.
That's the whole thing.
And what I'm not going to do, what's up, Ty?
Yeah.
What I'm not going to do, I watch these same people on speak. You know who the two I'm talking about. All of a sudden, he came in and let, Josh McDaniels came in and they let Derek Carr go and they did all this. I'm like, wait. Oh. What we not going to do, because they started talking lovingly of Derek Carr. And I'm like, wait a minute. No, y'all are part of the reason why Derek Carr is not a Raider now. Because y'all blamed everything last year on Derek Carr. Everything. So you don't get to go now and say, oh, they should have never got rid of Derek Carr. And, Devontae Adams came to play with Derek Carr, and then you get rid of that, so you sever the relationship. No. Y'all started this drama with Derek Carr. Derek Carr was not supposed to leave the Raiders. But the media, everybody, oh, Derek Carr's the problem. He's the problem. He's this. He's that. No. The problem has been Josh McDaniels from the very beginning. I'm an offensive coordinator, right? I'm going to tell you how retarded Josh McDaniels' offense is. The reason why a dude like Devontae Adams is so frustrated is because the defense is playing in a 15-yard box. They don't have to go no further than 15 yards. Safeties are sitting on everything. You know why? Because there's nobody to take the top off the defense. Nobody. Who's doing it? Name me the speed guy.
It was Darren Waller, because at least he was opening up the middle of the field, And Hunter Renfrow was underneath, and then Devontae was doing Devontae things. But then, we got rid of part of that equation.
You got rid of Zay Jones. That was what his job was.
Henry Ruggs what Zay Jones is doing in Jacksonville.
Oh, thank you, GQ.
Look, this is what I do. Like, if as a defense, if all I have to work with is 15 yards of field, I'm causing havoc on your offense.
That's the funnest thing ever.
Why do you think Jimmy G was leading the league in interceptions?
Hey, Auntie.
Like, look. So Mel been cooking. The grease. We at about 200 degrees right now. Mm-hmm. So let's turn this thing up. All right, I'm gonna pull the cast iron out. I'm back.
Same thing with Max Hollins. They got rid of Max Hollins for what?
For nothing. But here's my problem, and I'm gonna set this up just because I want Mel to keep cooking. There's in the last 15 years of just watching the advancements of football, the Raiders have not had a single bit of stability from the front office down to the coaching staff. They've been zero stability. None of that. That's a problem. How can you build a culture of any kind if you have no continuity? If I'm the owner, like the NFL would hate me as an owner because I'm going to take the whole summer. I'm going to find me the right guy with the right staff. Like, I'm about to build this thing the right way. And I'm like, look, man, you got 5 years, my guy. Like, I'm not going to fire you. You got 5 years. If we're not where we should be in 5 years, now we got a problem. But I'm going to give you that time because I need you to draft your players. I need to see your system. But see, I'm such a football guy. If I'm bringing in this head coach, hey, man, you see this whiteboard? I want you to draw me your offense. Show me what your plays look like. Show me how you would use the talent that we have. I need to see how smart you are.
Because the problem.
What can you teach me? Because I am an owner, not a coach in this particular scenario. Mm-hmm. So I need you to teach me so that I know what I'm seeing on the football field. Like, make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? It's like going to a job interview and I show you my resume. All right, cool. I saw your resume. Now let's talk about your skills. What can you actually do?
Right.
That's the type of thing that the Raiders have unfortunately lacked. And they've had the offensive power to be, they could have easily, let me ask you guys both the question. How long did we have the Derek Carr, Devontae Adams experiment?
15 games.
15 games.
So we didn't even get 2 years of this, 3 years of this. You didn't even that offense. If that offense had another offseason with Devontae, with Renfrow, with Waller, with Jacobs, and then you bring in a couple other guys, there were a lot of good free agent receivers they could have brought in to continue, just like Mel said, they got to take the top off. That offense could have easily morphed into a top 10 offense. I guarantee you that much.
Listen, GQ, I'm going to ask you this question. In those 15 games with Derek Carr, do you know what was Devontae Adams' best season as a pro?
Was it really with his best quarterback, his best friend?
Yes. The most yards he's ever had in a career, most touchdowns he's ever had. This was with Derek Carr in 15 games.
And we wanted to break that up.
And
Ain't that some shit?
And I'm going to piggyback off of what you just said. Like I said, we're going to cook too. As an offensive coordinator, I hate when I hear coaches say, I'm bringing my system in. That's stupid to me because you have to work. Your system is the system that you have with the guys that are in the locker room. So if you have to build it based on the talent you already have, now you slowly bring in the stuff that you would like, but you still have to work with what you have. And if you can't work with what you have,
if you're really that kind of a coach,
yeah, if
like
you're supposed to be a guru,
yeah, that part, the guru, we throw that word around way too much in 2023.
Yeah, like you're supposed to, you should be able to figure out. This is why Sean McVay, I can call, he's an offensive guru. Why? Cooper Kupp was out. Puka Nacua comes in, fills that void very easily.
Oh, Tutu Atwell, too.
Tutu Atwell has developed into the guy that they drafted him 3 years ago to be.
With the revolving door of running backs. You brought Darrell Henderson back off the streets to resurface, to revive your run game because you lost Kyron Williams, who was turning into a guy.
So
that to me is true coaching.
Right. And think about it. Like he took Jared Goff to a Super Bowl, won a Super Bowl with Matthew Stafford. Like this is what offensive guys do. You just take your pieces the same way defensive guys. Don't matter who's on the defense for the Patriots. That Patriot defense gonna ball. It didn't matter if Rex Ryan was in Buffalo or New York or with the Ravens. That defense is that defense. So, Josh McDaniels, where is the evidence of this quote-unquote offense? Like, I saw what you did in New England. That's cool. But what did you do when you were in Denver?
Retired.
So he left it in New England.
His evidence retired. His evidence is walking around somewhere.
TB12 retired.
Exactly. He's probably walking around somewhere in Miami. I don't know where Tom Brady's at nowadays. LA. Probably back home in the Bay.
He's over here right now. I can go. He's out here.
You know what I mean? Probably out there in Vegas chilling. But yeah, that's where his offense was. That's where all his innovativeness went. Because, like I said last week, right? The reason why Tom Brady used to get on his ass on the sideline, and this isn't a myth. This isn't a secret. Like you can literally go back and watch the film and watch Tom Brady literally coming off the field, yelling at Josh McDaniels, telling him to get out of his fucking ear because he's calling the plays at the line. He's like, bro, let me do this, right? Like, I'm seeing the shit. You want me to run this one-centric ass offense, but I know if I call this check, Gronk's going to be right open down the goddamn seam. And I know you're not going to like that because it's not your offense, right? And that was the whole problem with Derek Carr last year in the offense. Oh, why is Derek Carr throwing so many interceptions? It's because he has somebody in his ear telling him to throw that stupid-ass ball. Exactly. Derek Carr would not normally throw that stupid ass ball.
Like this.
Right? He's going to hold it. He's going to get out the pocket, and he's going to find something. Like a lot of people don't. This is the reason why I say a lot of people don't watch games.
You know how I know that that's what happened? Go back to last game. The interception to Devontae Adams in the end zone. A quarterback never makes that read on their own. They only make that read if the head coach or the offensive coordinator says, hey, throw it to 17.
Thank you.
I don't care. Throw it to 17.
I don't care. Throw it to him. Thank you. Thank you. So when you have a head coach that's literally setting you up for failure, which is exactly what they did last year, because it's not a secret. Like I said, a lot of coaches, coordinators, even personnel within the Raiders organization have came out and said Josh McDaniels and Derek Carr used to have legit meetings, right? And Derek Carr wasn't the person to get into screaming matches and all the shit like that with you, but they would literally legit have screaming matches, okay, on the sideline because he's stopping Derek Carr from changing the play, which is something that Derek Carr has been doing since he was in college.
Know how I knew it was bullshit? And my cousin Eric was supposed to come on. He's supposed to come on the show today. He got tied up at work, but I was gonna have him cook. He is like he's been a Raiders fan since he was a kid. When I knew because we talked about it last year, we knew that they set Derek Carr up. Because all season long, the thing was he could not audible. No audible. The play is what it is. The first game they sat him and let that who's the quarterback last year?
Jared Stidham.
Jared Stidham.
Bro.
Stidham, his second snap, he audible.
He ought.
His second snap. I lost my shit.
Bro, literally, okay, because look, I literally called it as I'm sitting at work, right? Because we showed the game at work. I'm sitting at the bar, and I hear him call the audible, and I said, "No fucking way."
Yep.
No, that just like that, loud. No fucking way. He just let this man change the goddamn play. I was like, "Oh yeah, I already know what this is. I already know what this is." And the media, like you said, Mel, the media had already did their hard work of plastering this man's name and blaming him for everything. So now all of the fans that are sitting up here on social media I know they have social media freaking representatives that go up and down social media and they see what the fans are talking about, right? So now you got this whole narrative built, and you have social media essentially doing your work for you, and they're going out and they're trashing Derek Carr's name. Well, we need somebody new. Oh, tank for Caleb, tank for this person, tank for Caleb, tank for this person. When you already have something in place that you should already build around.
Yep. And the problem when they were arguing, when Tom Brady, Derek Carr was having these arguments, when you're smarter than somebody, and they're trying to tell you what to do, and you're looking at him in the face, and you're like, bro, that's just not gonna work.
Look,
this is why they argue on the sideline.
Because when you're smarter than somebody and they tell you something stupid, it's gonna make me mad. That's what's happening.
That's exactly what's been happening. So we can
not to mention one last part of this. If he was such a quote unquote guru, as we like to say, why is it that every other offensive guru head coach can scheme their best players open?
That part.
I'm just going to drop my microphone and walk away on.
Right. Like there's that part. But we can talk about the Raiders for the next 2 hours, but we're not going to do it. Let's get into this trade. The trade deadline was Tuesday. There was some moving because I got to put my chef hat back on now because my other team that all right, here we go.
Yep.
I woke up Tuesday and I saw go across my ticker, Washington trades Montez Sweat to the Chicago Bears. I said, man, fuck. I like Montez Sweat. But then my brain was like, cool. If they trade Montez Sweat to the Bears, that means long-term deal for Chase Young. I was like, all right, cool. I'm here for that. Yeah, just for an hour later, my ESPN ticker go off again. Washington trades Chase Young to the 49ers. I have a big problem with Washington giving our best players to the 49ers. Y'all want to know how Trent Williams got to the 49ers? Thank you, Washington. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
How'd that work out for the 49ers? Or how is it working out for the 49ers?
Pretty damn good.
I would say pretty well.
Okay. So based off of history, Chase Young going to be a fucking nightmare for the rest of the league for the next 8 years.
Everything can go.
Dumb. It's like Ron Rivera has to go. And maybe this is part of the ownership just saying, you know what? We're going to have to push this reset button and get everything popping for next season. Maybe. I don't know. This is a new ownership group. This is nobody on this staff outside of Eric Bieniemy. They didn't bring any of these people here. So I got to sit back and wait, but I don't see why a team would ever get rid of your best two pass rushers in the same day, an hour apart.
That's actually crazy. But I think first of all, let me just go ahead and say this. Right. Let me go ahead and say this. If there is ever a way to mold your GM skills, you should mold after John Lynch and Howie Roseman. Like those should be the guys you look at and be like, hey,
they just stealing players from everybody. They just steal.
At this point,
oh, you don't want Christian McCaffrey? We'll take him.
I don't even think it's called. This is not stealing, right? Stealing is kind of when you sneak in and kind of take something. This is highway robbery, bro. Like, I swear these men are holding, they're holding shit up. Like, this is a straight stick up.
You know that email that got John Gruden in trouble?
Bro,
I think the 49ers got the rest of that, and they call in the owners like, yo, I'm gonna leak this if you don't,
If you don't give me, bro, John Lynch and Howie, I'm telling you, they are in there sticking shit up, bro. Like, if you don't, they're the growth systems. Hands up, cash out. Okay? Because if you don't give me what you got, bro, I'm trying to tell you, I got these photos, I got these text messages, I got these emails. I don't know what it is. They got something, but there's no damn way. There's no possible way that these moves should be made to these two teams, and you just be sitting back like, bro, how? Like, what? How much money? First of all, how much money do y'all got? Okay. Second of all, how are you swinging this? Right.
So you mean to tell me? Think about this. I just want people to understand it. So Joey Bosa has Khalil Mack on the other side of him. Now Nick Bosa got Chase Young on the other side of him. This is ignorant.
And Fred Warner behind him, by the way.
Which is insane to me.
Like,
this is literally
what is your offense going to do? It's crazy.
Where are they gonna move at? And this is the thing about it, right? This is how you know John Lynch is actually really, really smart, bro, because he looked at that right inside.
And they got Randy Gregory too.
Exactly. He looked at that right inside, right? And they moved Randy Gregory into the D tackle spot, right? I was talking to one of my
Eric
boys.
Armstead.
With Eric Armstead, which is crazy, by the way. Shout out to my boy Eric Armstead, played him in high school. But you move Randy Gregory to the inside to the D tackle spots because you're gonna start to rotate him and Eric Armstead. Now you have Fred Warner, you still have Greenlaw as your linebackers. You have Bosa on one side, and you have now a Chase Young on the other side that replaces really a weak out of position Cleveland Farrell, to where you can move him back to the inside where he thrives at in the run game. And now your defense is more of a fire attack, more downhill defense, because now you actually have that.
You can get pressure. You can get pressure with 4 and drop 7
every time. Every time. Now you're putting Fred Warner back into his strength, Dre Greenlaw back into his strength. You're really putting all of these players back into their strengths, right? Because they're you
mean like what a coach should do, like have players play to their strength?
Oh shoot, it's almost like what's that word? Coaching. Oh my God.
Coaching. Steve
Wilkes. Yeah, you might be on a hot seat too, my boy. So if you don't get your shit together with that defense, you might not have that job next year.
Right. Who else moved? Who else moved during Tuesday?
You had the safety from the Titans Byard move right before him.
Yeah.
We knew the Eagles were out there robbing people too because they got Kevin Byard.
Well, but they've been robbing specifically the Titans. They took them for Byard and for AJ Brown. They robbing the Titans specifically.
Yeah, they're like the Titans are like the Eagles farm team at this point.
Oh my gosh.
Well, the same way Washington is to the 49ers, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. And I think and another reason why I was listening to, like I said, I was listening to Greg Papa this morning. Another reason why Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler got fired is because they did not make any moves, right?
And that was another thing. I want to say this too. Oh yeah, and then Joshua, and I kind of called early the Vikings and the Cardinals were going to make a trade for quarterbacks. It just wasn't fucking Joshua Dobbs I was talking about.
I didn't think it was going to be Joshua Dobbs either, but
then
that's just because they're getting ready for Kyler Murray, man. They gotta get ready to get a trade value up so they can trade him away, since they're trying to tank for Caleb Trasham.
And the I lost my track. Where was I going? What was we talking about? The Raiders.
Talking about trade.
Yeah, how they didn't make any moves.
If you was gonna let Josh McDaniels go, you should have did it after the game on Monday.
Yep.
Because then you could have then jumped into the trade market and gotten a quarterback. I mean, they could still possibly do something now, but if that was the case, if Kyler Murray if he's ready to play, make the trade, do something. Clearly, the Tennessee Titans are moving on from Ryan Tannehill. Just go get Ryan Tannehill.
I mean, I don't see why not.
Like, there are things that they could have done. Like, Easy.
And I think the main thing that a lot of, that probably a lot of the ownership was really concerned about was the moving of Hunter Renfrow, right? Like you can't have a guy that young with that much talent sitting on your offense and him not generating any targets or him not, generating any looks or getting any catches like that. So when you have somebody like that on your offense and you know that you need another pass rusher to pair with Max Crosby and you're sitting on your hands, and like when NFL teams are calling you, right? Because there was numerous sources that said NFL teams were calling the Raiders, but they were literally getting no calls, no response back. Like it's like nobody was at the fucking office type shit. Like that's a fireable offense. Like you can't sit there and look at why somebody got fired. It's a fireable offense. If you know that your team needs something and they haven't, you're not going to address it, and you guys are just sitting on your hands and you got teams calling.
If Chase Young was on the block, nigga, go.
You got teams calling and you're not answering the phone, you're getting fired, bro. Like it's either that or you got fired already and they ain't had nobody to answer the phone. But something happened.
It looks like, I mean, if everything keeps going the way it is, the Cardinals are going to end up with the number 1 pick.
I would assume so. I would assume so.
And then they're gonna trade him to the Falcons,
which is crazy. They probably end up with Caleb, which means Marvin Harrison is probably going to. It's clear to go.
If that's how it shake out, then Caleb gonna come back to college because he don't want to play for the Cardinals.
He definitely don't. But I'm just saying, if that's how it plays out, then Marvin Harrison Jr. is probably clear to go to the Panthers with Bryce Young.
Yeah, which is, I mean, either there or the Bears, whichever one.
Well, based on the way the current standings are set up for the Tankathon, Marvin Harrison Jr., if he went number 2 overall, would end up with Minnesota.
That's true.
Which is just astronomically insane.
That would be insane.
At that point, you have an embarrassment of riches. You would have Jay Jettas, you would have Marvin Harrison, and you would have Jordan Addison.
But then, if you're the Vikings, are you taking a receiver or are you taking a quarterback?
Well, would you rather go with a young rookie quarterback, or would you potentially try to find,
I don't think
would you be in the market for a Kyler Murray type of situation?
I don't think that I don't know. It depends if they can. If they did go with a veteran quarterback, because then you're looking at craziness. Like,
because I mean, the Vikings don't need a young quarterback. They're ready to take the next step. But taking a young quarterback, a rookie quarterback, would set them back, and you're wasting Jay Jettas' prime, and Jordan Addison for that matter.
Which he directly asked for.
No, because I would rather have them grow, because I'd rather have those two guys that already have football experience, and then bring the young quarterback in, because now they're growing together, but at least the receivers already have that step ahead. So now, if you get the quarterback, they grow together, opposed to you bringing in, depending on who the veteran quarterback is, talking about somebody 7-8 years in, you're going to have to pay them big money.
Well, so my counterpoint to that is you're about to have to pay Jettas now, and Addison's contract will come up before long. So it's like you want to go young and then have to pay all these guys. But then by that time, Marvin Harrison Jr.'s contract will also be up, or at least his rookie deal will be up.
But at least there's stair step, though, because Jettas will come up in 2 years. You got another 4 years with Addison. And if you get the quarterback, that's 5 years. So at least you'll have time to allocate the money for each one of those, opposed to next year getting a veteran quarterback. You're going to have to get somebody decent. So you're going to pay them. You're going to pay them.
So what if you go get a Kyler Murray and restructure his contract?
I think that's too much money.
But what do you do about your star receiver specifically asking for Kirk Cousins to come back?
Yeah, because I mean, Kirk is, since he got hurt so early in the year, he'd be ready by training camp.
No, hell no. Or for the Achilles, he'll be back the same time this year.
Well, the advancements of medicine got Aaron Rodgers looking like he coming back in 3 weeks.
That's because Aaron Rodgers is on that ayahuasca.
That's true. Ayahuasca is a hell of a drug.
Like Kirk not on that shit. So, but any quarterback that you bring in is going to make at least $30 million. That's too
Kirk
much.
is a God-fearing family man. He does not do the drugs. Okay, Aaron Rodgers is from good old California, so he likes to experiment with some extra things.
Hey, that man Kirk got the power of Christ, man. Stop hating. That's some powerful stuff right there.
Hey, there you go, my boy,
B is
man.
in the
DJ
building.
Michael B is good.
I mean, I would go quarterback. Me personally, I would go young.
I mean, if a guy like Penix Jr. is available, I'd take him if he's eligible. But I don't want anything to do with Caleb Williams. I'm gonna be a Caleb Williams hater.
Well,
until
it depends.
I'm proven otherwise.
It depends on.
So
Okay, I guess you're
Caleb,
right.
I paint my nails to lose Williams.
I guess I'm with you on that. It depends on who declares for the draft and who doesn't.
yeah, because I don't want to waste a pick that high on a quarterback that
Right. I mean, if
may not pan out worth the shit.
If it's me, if it's not Shador, if it's
Constantly throwing
not
off that damn back foot.
if it's not Jaden Daniels, I'm not sold on. We're gonna get to that too because we got the top 10 quarterback bullshit that they got going out. Stupid.
Mm-hmm. You mean you're not a big Drake May guy?
No.
You're not a Drake May guy. Oh man, what about Jordan Travis?
Who?
That part.
Oh no. All right, let's get to this.
Fuckery is brewing.
There was some talk. They did their top 5 MVP NFL MVP race right now. I'll give you the 5 guys. You tell me what you think about this. 5 guys. We can go for sponsorship. We can do the top 5 guys.
Hey, I like the fries. You feel me? So 5 guys, if you listen, go ahead and you feel me? Go ahead and reach out. It's good.
All right. So it was Mahomes, Tua, Tyreek Hill, AJ Brown, Christian McCaffrey. You tell me what you think, and I'll give you my opinion.
Honestly, I'm just glad I don't hear Josh Allen. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just glad I don't hear Josh Allen. I'm just because I know a lot of people, are on that Josh Allen. I'm just glad I didn't hear that name. So at this point, I feel like if Patrick Mahomes gets it, no, because you definitely don't deserve it. I really don't care what anybody tells me.
That's where I was gonna go. He shouldn't even be on this list. But
I mean, honestly, if we're gonna be honest, no, because he hasn't really played particularly well like that either.
Because it's crazy. We talk about interceptions and your boy. Just so I want to make sure I got this 100% correct before I go crazy. Your boy Mahomes, as far as interceptions go, is second in the league in interceptions behind Jimmy Garoppolo.
I'll say behind Jimmy G. Oh, wee. Uh-oh.
Because if that was Baker Mayfield, if that was anybody else not named that Dak Prescott, we talk about the turnover. Matter of fact, do you know who has less turnovers than Patrick Mahomes? Dak Prescott. But we talk about turnover machines, but all of a sudden he's the turnover machine, and we don't talk about him being a turnover machine.
Maybe, and this is just what I've been seeing. I'm not saying it's fact or anything, but maybe they gotta have Taylor Swift. Maybe
just a couple.
Taylor Swift got to be at the games because all I'm saying is they play better when Miss Swift is at the games.
I don't care who.
Maybe I have to put in a call and be like, "Hey, Taylor, can you slide through? Because my boy played better when you in the press."
Yeah, well, Travis Kelce may play better. Patrick Mahomes still playing like ass. So
because
we're not going to change.
I wear t-shirts, so sometimes
we can't get away from talking crazy about this quarterback isn't good or this one isn't good when Patrick Mahomes is playing worse than those guys and then you have him in MVP talk. The only reason why the Kansas City Chiefs are winning this season, and this is crazy to say this, that defense is showing.
Yep. And defense.
I'm Superman.
You know why Tyreek Hill's in this conversation? Because he has more receiving yards than all the Chiefs receivers combined.
Yep.
That part.
And that's not even a piece of fiction. That's dead ass facts.
That's dead serious. Like, so
he has two less receiving touchdowns than all their receivers, by the way, too. One guy.
One dude. So when we talk MVPs, a guy like Christian McCaffrey doesn't, even though they have him on the list, they had him 5th. What he does, their two most important pieces to the 49er offense is Trent Williams and Christian McCaffrey.
Absolutely. And if you haven't noticed, it's been apparent for the past 2 weeks.
Like, and we said this before, and we said this when we was talking about the top 100 players in the NFL and why offensive linemen aren't that high. And we said this, Trent Williams is a top 5 player in this league because that offense does not work without him.
Yep.
It's not the same. The three best offensive linemen in this league, Trent Williams, Jason Kelsey, Lane Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Those are top 10 players in the league, not top 10 offensive linemen, top 10 players in this.
It's funny how 2 of them are on the same team.
Right. Like, we got, like, I know it's not a sexy position because they don't score touchdowns, but them other niggas don't score touchdowns if they're not doing what they do.
I'm gonna throw another name in here because I really like the way he plays and he's a really young player. But Tyler Linderbaum.
Oh yeah.
Really, really good. I really like the way he plays.
There's a bunch of offensive linemen that maybe we gotta do that sometime. We really gonna have to just dedicate a show to the big guy.
I'm with that.
We're gonna take care of it.
I'm with that. We'll get into that. We can do that.
Hey man, linemen need love too.
Linemen they need love. They need love.
And if anybody gonna do it from the sideline, got you.
We definitely gonna do it. But y'all can give me your top 2 MVP choices for right now, not at the end of the season. Just your top 2 MVPs right now, offense and defense. Not 2. I'm just saying,
for the offensive side of the game. I mean, it's okay. I'm about to say because offense, that's easy. I mean, it's literally to me it's either McCaffrey or right now. I guess I don't think it's a quarterback at all right now.
Honestly,
like, all of our quarterbacks are kind of playing like this right now. Like no one quarterback has truly separated themselves to be that much better than the rest of the pack. Like, nobody has.
Right.
Like they're all kind of like they all have hit or miss up and down at games this year. Like even Pat Mahomes, even Jalen Hurts, even Josh Allen, like all these guys, Justin Herbert, they've all had up and down games. There's not been a single quarterback this year that's been like, oh, that guy's the best quarterback in football. Like there's things that they do that you're like, that's what makes him special, but it's not what makes him that much better than everybody else type of thing. Defensive side of the ball, I'm going to go bold with it. Give me Aiden Hutchinson, man. Yeah, I say, give me Aiden Hutchinson because that man, speaking of the Chiefs, was a one-man wrecking crew against the Chiefs in the opening week. That dude was damn near unblockable. And I don't think he gets the love he should get. So I'm throwing Aiden Hutchinson's name in the hat.
I like that. Mulek, who you got?
So for offense, it's most likely for me, it's either going to be Tyreek Hill or Christian McCaffrey. But the reason why I don't want to say Christian McCaffrey is because I don't like the fact that his name is in there only because we know that he's susceptible for injuries, right? We know that his legs, even though that he's
right now.
Yeah, we know that he's susceptible for injuries, right? And for me personally, I get, how dynamic he is for your offense, but you have to understand that when it comes to a playoff times, you're going to need him. Like that's a guy that's good.
No, I'm just saying. I'm talking about right now. Eight games in, who you got as the MVP? Don't worry about the next 8. I'm just about right now.
I'm gonna go Tyreek. Main reason being is because he does so much more for that offense than people realize, right? Like if he's taking a double, somebody's open. If he's clearing the box, that's going to be a lane for the running back. Like it's a lot that he does that doesn't really get noticed, right? And you have to be either a receiver or a true football head to really understand. But on defense, I got two. And here's the thing: I know a lot of people are gonna be.
Only want one. Nope.
I gotta give a shout out to this. I gotta give a shout out to my second one, only because we've been talking about him for a while, and I want people to finally give him respect. Me and Mel specifically have been talking about him for a while. My first one for defense, or my main defensive MVP, is Bobby Okereke, man. I don't know if anybody's seen how Bobby's been playing, but Bobby's been playing lights out, bro, and he's literally the staple to that defense, right? And I'm not going to say that he deserves to be defensive MVP, but a special shout out, because I know a lot of people was trying to trash my boy name, man, like he hasn't been him, okay? Kayvon Thibodeau, bro, like,
yeah.
His props, bro. Me and Melvin, we've been telling y'all about him for literally since last year, honestly.
He's gonna be a problem in another year.
You gotta give my boy his props, bro. Leading the league in sacks, bro. Like, he's still dominant in the run game, man. He causes so much havoc. He does so much for that defense, like a Myles Garrett, that people just don't realize and don't necessarily see. So you got to give a shout out to a young kid, man. He's doing his thing. But my defensive MVP right now for me is Bobby Okereke, because he's balling. I don't see a linebacker playing better than him.
I like those. Mine's gonna be real simple. CMC been flirting with this for a couple years. I think this is the year he puts it all together, because what is he at, like 16 straight games with a touchdown now? Like,
sure is.
Yep. And leads the league in rushing.
That's crazy to me. And my defensive MVP right now is my guy. This is my.
You understand, DJ Michael B. The list is fluid.
Yeah, Quentin Williams, sir. You out here, you rocking. That Jet defense. That Jet defense lives on his back.
I like that pick a lot.
He's been fucking impressive this year. I like.
Hey man, CJ Mosley, really good this year. Really good this year.
So that's our MVP talk. Let's talk about the Will Levis debut.
The weight room warrior.
Weight
room Will. That's what they call it, man.
I'm still judgmental because that man put mayo in his car.
This is true. I was not expecting 4 touchdowns from him at all. But he did when you throw the ball to D-Hop, what do you think happens? Well, no, that's what I was about to say. I said, but he did what you're supposed to do. Get the ball to your playmaker. How many times have we said this?
You taking notes, Jimmy G? Oh, wait, you're on the bench now. Never mind.
Right. Get the ball to your playmaker. I don't know what to take of it. He didn't look good in the second outing the other night. So we'll see moving forward what happens.
All I gotta say is, I know his ex-girlfriend is probably feeling some type of way right now. Left him, after he didn't get particularly drafted very high. But hey, my boy on the field balling, and treasures will come. So shout out to Mayo Will, man. I see you, dog. I didn't expect it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No, I was look.
She better stay out his DMs too.
I was gonna say, don't try to hop back in my man's DMs with the miracle we're talking about. I want you back. Nah, it's not. It ain't good like that.
I'm gonna straight hit you with. I'm gonna hit you with the ghost emoji playing with me.
Okay, it ain't like that. All right, if you ain't coming with that best foods, you gotta skedaddle. Okay.
Skedaddle. So like I said, I for sure thought that Atlanta was going to handle their business, but there was some great news that came out of it. My guy, Taylor Heineke, has taken the reign.
It's Heineken time.
Now, unfortunately, he will not have Drake London this weekend because Drake London has been ruled out as of today, but Kyle Pitts is still there.
Right, and it's like we said this, and we don't know why it took 8 regular season game or weeks to make this happen. But Heineke should have been the guy from the get-go. It's stupid, but hey, it is what it is. I like I'm a Heineke guy. That's my guy.
Yeah, we all rock with my boy Taylor Heineken up here, man. And speaking of,
I thought we gotta see if we can get Heineke on the show.
man, we might be able to see if we can see if he can show us the Jordan collection or something, man. See if we can get some insight.
I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna see what I can do. I'm gonna see if I can get him on something.
But speaking of Will Levis and last night's game, even though he didn't look particularly well, I thought he did do a lot of good things in the game. I'm not gonna say it was a total second game like stunt, whatever the case may be, but he did look particularly well. Kenny Pickett, on the other hand, I know they did win the game, and he looked a lot better, and Deontay Johnson had a game, but that is
Matt Canada signs were still up.
Yep, that is causing some turmoil between him and George Pickens, because as of recently, George Pickens' IG post was more encrypted, I guess, but it was hinted at a free me, meaning George Pickens is probably wanted to be out because he knows how he wants to be used, and he doesn't feel like he's being used in the right way, which I understand because George Pickens is really good.
With him on that, so.
Well, at the same time, hold on. Now, Moolage, I can't let you gloss over it like that. You didn't get that man Deontay Johnson his true due. That man ain't scored a touchdown since 2021.
You're right.
Let's keep it a buck now.
Right.
Don't let.
That's true. That's true. The last person who threw him a touchdown.
That's been a running stat. That man ain't caught. That man has not scored a touchdown in over it was.
You ain't get that man a jet sweep or nothing.
Nothing. The last person who threw that man a touchdown or handed him was Big Ben. Yep.
He's had 27 red zone targets, and that's his first touchdown since 2021.
Yep.
That man went scoreless last year.
For 2 years.
And he's a talent. That's what's crazy. He's a legitimate talent. How are you not getting the ball to guys like this?
Man.
That is nuts. That is crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, oh no, you got to look. That's just another reason to fire Matt Canada right there.
Right. This is why I keep trying to tell y'all. This is what we do out here. We are the best at what we do. We're like Wolverine. No one does what we do better than us.
Absolutely. That's what it is.
Let's we go back to college football real quick. They got the college football rankings. I don't know who Dane Burglar is, but these are his top NFL prospects at quarterback. Drake May, Caleb Williams, J.J. McCarthy, Shedeur Sanders, Jaden Daniels, Quinn Ewers, and Carson Beck. Now, I don't know who the heck Carson Beck is. And why he's on this list. But he's there. I love J.J. McCarthy. I'm a Michigan guy, so I know all about my man J.J. At number 3, that's a bit of a stretch for me. Can somebody tell me, please, what is the fascination with Drake May?
He's tall.
Because he's one of Mac Jones's guys. I mean, because he's one of Coach Mac Brown's guys. I apologize. I said Mac Jones. Thinking about the Patriots this weekend.
If you keep every time I hear somebody talk about him, he reminds me of Josh Allen. That's not a good thing.
That's literally it. He's tall, has a big arm. That's literally it.
Like, I don't care about that. Like that.
And Carson Beck is the quarterback for the Georgia Bulldogs.
What the hell that mean?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Because where's Stetson Bennett right now? The third quarterback in LA. So what does that mean?
Who was the last good Georgia quarterback? Matthew Stafford.
I was gonna say it was Matthew Stafford.
That is not. And I guess the way I evaluate quarterbacks might be different from other people. So I don't care how athletic you are. My observations of you is, how do you function within the pocket? Can you get the ball and distribute it out to the playmakers properly? Can you extend plays? I don't care how athletic you are if it's erratic athleticism. So, and we've seen these last couple weeks, whether it's a blip on the radar or not, Caleb Williams hasn't looked good.
It's not a blip on the radar. It's called exposure.
Like I said, As long as he keep doing that off balance, throwing off the back foot bullshit, they will lose games. Set your feet and throw a fucking ball, Caleb.
I don't
Be
think
a
he
Not
knows.
like he don't. It's not like he don't have receivers. Like
And it's not like you can't do it. I've seen you do it. That's the reason why you part of the reason why you won Heisman last year. But you're doing all this fancy run around bullshit, trying to be Patrick Mahomes and throwing off your back foot and trying to make miracles happen instead of standing in the pocket or getting out of the pocket respectfully so and throwing a good fucking ball when your receivers are wide open. All that running around bullshit and doing all that, that's dumb. Stop doing that. Because that's the reason why you're on a 2-game losing streak right now. I don't know if they noticed, but that's the exact reason why you're on a 2-game losing streak right now, because you're doing all that stupid ass zigzag shit in the backfield, and then you want to throw an off balance ass throw, and you throw a fucking pick. It's about to be
a 3-game lose because Michael Penix going to put on the ass this weekend.
Because don't they play Washington this week?
If you go out and play
on
like
the
that,
ass this weekend.
if you go out and play like that, and it's crazy because Washington's defense is susceptible. So if you go out and play like that, they are going to capitalize on all the dumb shit that you do. And you're literally going to give them the game instead of potentially making this a good ass game.
Mm-hmm. Look, Mel, we had an hour and 15 minutes. Listen to what this is for clipping purposes. Next week, USC will be unranked. Unranked.
I believe it. If they lose, yeah. Because
they're gonna join Colorado. It'll be unranked.
And I don't see the thing about is when people talk about Shedeur, and I had this conversation, and they were talking about how I said Shedeur, when it comes to quarterback, he's the best quarterback in college football. He may not be the best athlete or anything like that, but when it comes to quarterback, being able to extend plays, sit in the pocket, get the ball out, make all the throws, that's what he does.
And he's doing it with lesser everything.
That was my biggest point when I was talking to people about this. I was like, just imagine if Shedeur had USC's weapons. Imagine Shedeur if he had Washington's wide receivers. Like, he's doing this, and name the guy on their offense that would start on any other college team. None of them. Travis Hunter's a cornerback. I don't talk to me about him being a receiver. He's a corner. They have good wide receivers, but none of them they're not going to Michigan and starting in Michigan. They're not going to Notre Dame. They're not going to Georgia. They're not going to USC. None of those kids. Weaver is a good receiver, but he's not going to these other schools and being a starter there. But look at what he did. Look, Shedeur threw for 500 yards in a game. To who? Like,
not to mention they damn near came back and beat USC. Like, it's not like, I mean,
like, come on, like he's a legitimate quarterback. Like Caleb Williams might have the huge arm and he's mobile and all of those things. That's cool, but if you don't got that shit between your ears, it really don't work.
Yeah, and for those who are like, for some reason, not keeping up with what Mel is putting down here, you got to look at a quarterback and what they do when they don't have the talent around them.
Right.
And that's what he's talking about. Here's a prime example. In college, Mac Jones looked like a top 5 quarterback at Alabama.
Yeah.
What does he look like in the NFL? A bottom 5 quarterback. And that's I'm not trying to be mean.
No,
just to be honest.
It's true, because the reason why Tua can look the way that Tua looks now, because that offense is very similar to what he had when he was in Alabama.
I didn't realize you were saying
The reason why Jalen Hurts can look the way that he looks now, that offense looks very similar to what it was when he was in Alabama.
I'm like,
The reason why Joe Burrow can look the way he looks now is because he got his boy from LSU. He got Higgins.
Well, and he also spent some time at Ohio State.
At Ohio State.
He's kind of been through the ringer. Let's just call it. He's been through the ringer a little bit. But I mean, but then look at a guy like Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts was at Alabama. Then he went to Oklahoma. But when you have that skill set, it's going to translate. Not all these college quarterbacks coming up in this draft have that same skill set that Shedeur has, which is just quarterbacking.
Right. That's quarterback.
You can be a talent. You can be a talent. You know who else was a talent in college? Josh Allen. He was a talent. Notice I didn't say quarterback. He's a talent. He's a kid with a big arm. But we know this from watching the film. Is Josh Allen truly really, really good at quarterbacking?
That's the difference. And that's
Like,
the,
it's not me saying that Josh Allen is trash, but let's be real.
right. And I think that's where I have a disconnect when I'm having conversations with people online. Is like, listen to the words that I'm using. Don't look at the players involved. Listen to the words that I use, so that you can understand the context of what I'm saying. The position of quarterback. Shedeur plays it at a better and a higher level than Caleb Williams.
That's all.
What
I was going to say.
And
Yeah.
it's,
Does he have a bigger arm than Caleb Williams? No. Is he going to run the 40 faster than Caleb? No.
and it's not a knock.
And he's not going to be as high of a quote unquote prospect as Williams. 'Cause right now, Caleb Williams is touted to be like, the number one,
Right.
all this type of shit like that. And that's okay. It's perfectly fine. How many of our greatest quarterbacks of all time were top prospects like this? Last time I
Brady got
checked,
drafted in the seventh round.
was Aaron Rodgers a top college prospect?
Fuck no.
No.
What about this guy Peyton Manning?
Nope.
Like, they talked about him, his name was there, but was he touted like some of these other guys? Tom Brady wasn't a top prospect. Their scouting reports were actually fairly negative, actually.
Oh, very negative, actually.
But look what they turned into, because we're talking about quote unquote quarterbacking. Look what those same three quarterbacks, talking about Manning, Brady, and Rodgers. Look what they had in college. Similar
Drew
things
Brees.
to what Shedeur had.
I was
They
gonna say,
didn't
look at Drew
have that
Brees.
elite talent. They had to be good at quarterbacking, at dissecting defenses, at getting the ball out of their hands quickly. What does Shedeur Sanders do? Get the ball out of his hands quick. He does have a moment where he hangs onto the ball. That is something he's going to work on. That he'll get better at. But he has to hold on to the ball because his receivers can't separate.
Right.
Mhm.
If you
That's
give
actually
him
the problem.
and
Like,
he's an
what are you supposed to
anticipation type quarterback. So
He is.
if he knows where he wants to go with the ball, the second part of that is the receivers getting there. If you was
Yes.
giving him a Brendan Wright, you was giving him all of those receivers that are at USC, bro. He's throwing for 500 yards every game.
Yeah, like
Really?
if I'm a top high school prospect, or I'm a receiver that's at another school that's not getting that clout, and I'm watching what he's doing, I'm either hitting the transfer portal. I'm like, I might want to go here, because if he's doing that without a true number one, I want to go be his number one.
Right.
I want to go
Like,
be
their
the Jamar,
receivers- Their
his Joe Burrow.
receivers are decent, but they're not true. They're not
They're-
number one.
I'll tell you what they
first-round
are though.
draft guys.
They're the perfect complementary receivers to a number one.
There
Right.
you go.
If they had one dominant wide receiver one, that would be the most explosive receiving core in college football. Because now you have no answers of how you're going to cover the rest of these guys, because that number one is going to take the top off everything. And now those guys are going to open up underneath everything.
That's what I said. I mean, he's not working with the 5-star dudes that all these other
Not
guys
yet.
are. Not yet.
Not yet. Now, I don't know if y'all been watching, but their upcoming recruiting class so far, they've got 3 offensive linemen, they've got 2 edge guys, and they got the number one quarterback out of the 2025 or 26 class or something like that. That are so like they're coming.
Look, but I'm gonna tell you this. This is matter of fact, Mooley, this is gonna be my hot take. And this is going back to the beginning of the show.
Uh-oh, y'all better listen.
If I'm the Raiders, that contract he got at Colorado, I eat that. I eat it. Bring Prime to Las Vegas. Draft fucking Shedeur, and let's go to work.
Look.
Because there is no other place outside of Dallas that requires prime time. Vegas, if you drop Coach Prime in Vegas right now, blow up. It'd be too much. He's a star.
It'd be phenomenal.
Like outside of the Cowboys, this is the ideal spot for Coach Prime. And like I said, and you bring Shedeur, you bring Shiloh, you bring Junior with his social media presence out here, bro. Great.
Hey, all I gotta say is, man, And just to add one more thing, right? This isn't a knock towards Caleb Williams. We're not saying he's a bad player, right? But we're saying that there's things as far as playing quarterback.
It's not. Well, I'm 100% knocking.
Except GQ, right? Except GQ. He's on the other side of that. But for me personally, because I am a UFC fan, so I can't necessarily knock my quarterback. But I'm just saying there's things that Shedeur does that are better than what Caleb Williams does, right? Like setting his feet, staying in the pocket, potentially holding onto the ball to wait for his receivers to gain separation, throwing a good ball, not throwing off his back foot, taking off and running when it actually costs or calls for.
The one thing about Shedeur that I like that Caleb doesn't have is you can't speed Shedeur up.
No.
Poise.
Like you can't speed him up. I wouldn't say he. I mean, you talking about Rod Woodson or Charles Woodson? Because I don't think he Charles Woodson yet. Charles Woodson was another level, Nick. But I see if this Charles, and I can see the comparison. But Charles Woodson was.
And I think Shedeur's his best quality is his poise. Like he cannot be shaken, he can't be stirred, he can't be he comes straight at you the way he is, and nothing rattles him, nothing shakes him. And that's a quarterback at the end of the day that you want at the helm. He's not going to blame anybody. He doesn't blame his receivers for not getting over fast enough. He doesn't blame his O-lineman. He doesn't blame nobody. He takes the blame. He takes it on the chin like a quarterback's supposed to. And that's the guy you want under the helm.
My uncle taught me this a long time ago. Coach Larry Green told you. My cousin Eric was supposed to be up here, but he ain't here. But I'm gonna shout him out. He always told me, be a thermostat, not a thermometer. You set the temperature for everything around you. You don't take on the heat. Mm-hmm. And that's what Shedeur does. He's a thermostat. He's calm. He's 72 degrees all the time. I can see.
I think two TBD. I don't know. I don't know, man.
A lot of stuff.
I was gonna say my boy Steve Wood was really him. I don't know that TBD because I do like the way that Travis plays, especially when he focuses on one side of the ball. But
I think he needs to focus more on playing cornerback. I think that's what his natural abilities are. But that's just me. I don't think you can use him spotting on offense, but I think if he really focused and took Prime's tutelage as a cornerback, he could be special.
Yep.
I mean, he's already special. I don't want to say he's not. I'm just saying he can be great.
And shout out to Shiloh Sanders for that amazing, beautiful hit last Saturday.
Can we talk about that? Let's talk about that. Let's go there.
And how they completely hated on you, my boy. Okay.
First, look, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Shiloh didn't get kicked out because of that hit. Shiloh was laying them white boys out. Listen here, man. I don't know where they found the white running back, but they found one, and he came through that hole.
He did.
Shiloh dropped his ass.
You see him drop the pad on him? No, like he really dropped the hip level, dropped the pad level, the
refs literally was like, "Look, you can't be out here beating up on these people."
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Somebody got that video queued up for the little boy, little white boy, and little baby. That bullshit.
That's the next clip. That's the next clip I'm gonna have.
Last time I checked, we played football.
Man, because he was out there laying the thunder and the boom. Okay.
Right. I'll send them to you again.
Representing what football should actually be, and they threw that man out for it, bro. That was the wildest thing I have ever seen because that was the beautiful hit. And Rob Gronkowski made a good point, right? Rob Gronkowski made a good point because because Richard Sherman said this, and Rob Gronkowski basically came out and confirmed it. He said, when I catch as a bigger body receiver, as a bigger body player, when I catch the ball and I turn around and I see a fucking DB or a corner or a linebacker in my face, I'm not gonna sit up here and want him to tackle me low, right? Because at the end of the day, that's gonna be a surgery. That's gonna be something I'm gonna be out for a long time. I'd rather him hit me smack dab in the middle of my goddamn face, so that at the end of the day, one, I see it and I can brace for it, and two, it's not gonna be some crazy catastrophic injury that to where now I gotta miss a season, and this season I gotta get multiple surgeries because he decided to go after my knees and after my legs instead of just hitting me in my face. Straight up head to head, which is a good point, which is the reason why we say that targeting penalty, us as defensive players, the reason why we say that targeting penalty is bullshit because it makes us have to sit up here.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you're gonna hit me, hey, aim for everything from the chest up.
From the chest up. But don't make people have to double think. Me and Mel talked about this months ago. Don't make defensive players have to double think when they're coming in so hot about a hit.
Yep.
Like that's dangerous. Now they're gonna sit up there and change levels, and you can't change levels that fast. And a knee, a leg, a shin, a femur, something is going to break, something is going to tear, and now you have a catastrophic injury. And now niggas looking at motherfuckers like Mika Fitzpatrick because he's not gonna go for the head hit against Nick Chubb. He's gonna go for the down low hit, and now everybody's looking at him like, oh, that's a dirty hit. That's a dirty hit. Well, what am I supposed to do?
What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Because
what am I supposed to do?
Shiloh led with his shoulder.
Pure shoulder. Head was turned to the side. It was textbook.
And they still was like, nah. Which is crazy because, and everybody talked about it as well, because they didn't throw Homie out from Colorado State.
Sure didn't.
And he straight up injured a guy.
Sure didn't. And it was a late hit.
And it was late. So that's why I said, hey, only reason why Shiloh got put out is he beating up on them white.
Beating up on the white boys in UCLA, man. Hey, one more thing. Okay? Like Uncle from Jackie Chan Adventures. All right. To have your belongings stole out of a locker room is
ignorant.
A locker room is a complete level of ignorance. It's low, right? But for people to come out and be blaming the Colorado players, like, bro, everybody brings their jewelry, everybody brings their belongings everywhere. That's like people saying, oh, don't bring your phone to an away trip. What the fuck are you talking about?
There's a rule, and there's a brotherhood amongst football players.
Literally.
You may be on the other team. I'm never going to steal your stuff.
Ever. That's literally ground zero rule, bro. It does not matter. Nobody should be allowed in the sanctity of these locker rooms if you're not a player or a personnel of the team. That's just what it is.
Now, somebody that's an inside job.
And it absolutely was.
It
absolutely was.
We're not going to act like UCLA is not located in one of the one of the richest parts of LA. We're not going to act like that. Like
it is
heavily secured, heavily gated. Like, come on now.
Have we ever heard of anybody else's stuff getting stolen out of UCLA?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
So, yeah. So it's not like we have history of like, oh, well, this happened a couple years ago when Georgia came through, or whenever USC come through, they always taking their shit. That's not what we
look. Because I was going to say, because I don't even hear that happen with a rival game as in USC and UCLA, and you can go to either one of those campuses, right? USC being on the worst part of town, and that still does not happen. So somebody like Dion said, either his players got some get reimbursed, or somebody got some explaining to do.
They really wanted them primetime blenders, man.
They did. And then you don't steal. I mean, come on. This is
what I'm saying. You can go support. Go support. You feel me? Go buy you a nice little pair.
My blender's coming in next week. I'll be wearing them on the show
now.
next week.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go throw them right here over the bifocals, man. Bow.
So that's bullshit. Let's recap last week on these picks. I don't know. 2 weeks ago it was bad. You wasn't here, G. You're like it was bad 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm back now. We're gonna rectify.
Right. So last week, let's see. Okay, so I think we got the Eagles and the Commander game correct. Even though the Commanders did exactly what I thought they was going.
Definitely.
Like they made it scary, even though they shouldn't have made it scary.
Oh no, they definitely shouldn't have made it scary at all. Like at all. I'm not even gonna lie to you. The mistakes made in that game was laughable.
Totally. I can't remember. Seahawks Browns. I can't remember who we took in that game. I think we took the Seahawks. But I think we said that the Browns defense was going to ball out. I can't remember.
Yeah, and we got they got that PJ Magic, so anything can happen.
Right. We took the Bengals over the 49ers, even though Brock Purdy did play. And the Brock Purdy slander is really going to have to stop because
I'm not even gonna lie to you, it's getting on my nerves.
Like, it's stupid to me. Like, did y'all really think he was going to keep playing football and not lose a fucking football game? That's
exactly what everybody thought.
Not throw a few interceptions, not look, I don't know, regular.
It's weird to me. Like, people just, oh, he's not that good. They lost 3 games in a row. Okay, it happened. Like, it happens. He's playing without his left tackle. Deebo Samuel's not there. There's a lot of things that are contributing to all of this. Not just
he had a banged up Trent Williams too. Like it was a lot of factors. Brandon Ayuk was just coming off of something of a nicked up injury too. Like
and
there's a lot going on there.
And Joy Taylor, we got to see how you perform under adversity, and you haven't done anything under adversity. He was a rookie quarterback playing in the playoffs last year.
If that's not adversity, I don't know what is.
He jumped into a Super Bowl ready team and went undefeated down the stretch.
After every single quarterback that he's seen literally get hurt in front of him as a rookie. Do you know how terrifying that is? Like, for people that want to sit up there and talk shit, he hasn't done anything to face adversity. He was a rookie last year. Not to mention he was Mr. Irrelevant. That's besides the point. He was a rookie and seen 3 quarterbacks in front of him get hurt.
3.
And led that team to a Super Bowl.
And the crazy thing about it is, just so you knew it wasn't a fluke, when he got hurt and they had to put Christian McCaffrey at quarterback, his ass got hurt. So, hey, it is what it is.
That's a definition of adversity.
We got the Dolphins-Patriot game correct.
Of course. The
Snoopy Bowl, my man, my boy Zachariah still out here doing it. I don't care how you win, just get the W, brother. Just get the W.
Hey, Al Davis said it best. Just win, baby,
win. Jacksonville, we had the Jacksonville game. There's still the Titans game is the game that we didn't get. We totally picked Atlanta. I know that.
True. That's definitely true.
I told you. Well, we told you. Matter of fact, I just got to clip that video up. I haven't done it yet. Told you my boy Bryce was going to get that first dub.
We did say it. We did call it.
The Rams completely let me down. They got their ass.
I didn't think the Rams was gonna be. I didn't think it was gonna be like that.
I didn't think it was gonna be like that.
Well, it don't help. It don't help that Stafford ain't fully healthy. Like that
true.
Did not
it
make
was
things
bad
better.
while he was healthy.
I didn't think it was gonna be that bad though.
Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna be that bad either. Packers Vikings. I had to pack, so that didn't go the way that I wanted it to go. The Saints Colts, we had the Saints in that game. Ravens Cardinals, we had that game. Broncos Chiefs, we told y'all it was gonna happen.
Yep, we called it. We told y'all it was gonna happen. We told y'all it was gonna happen.
I've seen them TikToks.
And we had the Chargers Bears, and
you said that like that was a hard game to pick.
you don't know. Brandon
I know.
Staley,
sometimes we know the Chargers will do Charger things.
Brandon
I'm
makes
just being
things
petty.
harder than they need to be.
I took a page out of King Pettington's book real quick. I just wanted to do that real quick.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right. So we got this week's games. Hold on. Let's get the Thursday night game first. Panthers Bears.
Oh. Goodness gracious.
What say you got?
Toilet bowl.
It is a toilet bowl game.
I mean, this is for the number 1 overall pick.
I mean, actually, let's look. So I have the Tankathon up right now. So currently, Arizona has the number 1 pick. Chicago has 2 and 3 right now.
That's true.
Because Carolina belongs to Chicago. It's actually in Chicago's interest to beat Carolina for that reason,
Yes,
so they can maintain
is.
the number 2 pick.
Yes, it is.
It actually does not do them a favor to win to lose the game.
So okay, so with that being said, is who's playing? Is he back? Is
No, Justin Fields is out this week.
Yeah.
He should be back next week.
Yeah, he's probably gonna be back next week.
All right, so I'll take the Bears.
All right.
Yep, I'm gonna take the Bears.
Give me the young stud, man. And I'm not talking about Justin Fields, man. Give me Carolina.
Don't
I
go-
like the way he played against CJ Stroud last week. I thought that was one of his better games. I like the duel of the young Bucks, man. It was good. He's doing a lot with not a lot.
Yep.
And he's to quote what we've been talking about this whole show, folks. He's doing well at the quarterbacking side of this.
Right.
Because his offensive line is complete ass juice.
Mhm.
Ass juice.
It is.
And their running game is suffering because of it. Because last year, Miles Sanders was behind one of the best offensive lines in football. It looked like one of the best running backs in football. Right now, he looked like an afterthought finna lose his job to Chuba Hubbard.
Which is also true. Which is crazy that he went there because I thought Chuba Hubbard was better. Anyway,
I like Chuba Hubbard. I really
I'm
do.
not
But then
laughing.
he got but unfortunately, Deontay Foreman was a better running back than Chuba Hubbard last year when McCaffrey went down. So we saw how that went.
he was just bigger.
Yeah, but that's what they wanted. They wanted that bigger back. But Chuba Hubbard, I think, figured it out. I think it's because he finally took them damn braids out his fucking head too.
Well, and he decided to stay healthy for
Well, then that's
2
true.
games.
That's the
True.
healthy part.
Same with Tommy Trimble. Trimble's starting to be a little bit more healthy too. No, I ain't forget about you, Trimble. I've been talking about you since you came out of college, my boy. I still like you as a good young tight end, man.
Yeah, he started to eat his Wheaties. It's okay. Got the
Hey, you got to take your multivitamin, fellas. Take your multivitamin every day.
So,
That's your Flintstone
bunch of
vitamin. Take your
cigarettes.
multivitamin. You got to get your adult one now.
all right.
All right, so
you-
Thursday night is on deck. Let's start with the game, the Germany game. Boy, before we get to that Germany game, well, we're gonna talk about the Germany game. I don't like what Stephen A. Smith has been saying about this game,
About what game?
the Germany game, the Dolphins-Chiefs game. He's been adamant that this game we are being robbed, and this game should be played on American soil. I completely disagree.
No.
why?
We're trying to build the NFL on an international game.
You send the rock stars where they need to go.
Let's not pretend like the NFL knew when they made the schedule that this is what the 2 records of these teams are going to be.
Oh no. Nobody knew what the Dolphins was going to be like.
So it actually benefits the NFL because now Germany's getting, well, fuck that. The international side of the world is getting the biggest game that the NFL's ever put out because it's. I know everybody's saying that the Cowboys Eagles is game of the week. Nah, fuck that. Chiefs and Dolphins is game of the week, and it's the
Chiefs,
first game starting at 9:30.
Yeah, no, it's Chiefs Dolphins. But
Like-
why didn't he have the same energy towards the London games or the UK games?
I don't know because I actually thought that I love that Jacksonville.
I think all the games this
Buffalo
year were
Like,
really good. I think they were
the
all good.
international games are, to me, the international games are key. Like
the international
they-
games have been good, and you know what? And because last year was our first year in Germany, and I thought that game was good too. That was Tampa Bay and Seattle, and it was a damn good game.
I mean, and honestly, like that's completely negating the fact that there's a lot of Americans that don't live in or a lot of Americans that don't live in American soil. Like a lot of people have dual citizenship. My boy is over there. Shout out to my boy Luck. He's over there in Germany right now. Like he's an ex-professional football player. He played on the German football team, and he has a family. He loves going to NFL games whenever they come out there.
And
So,
guess
like,
what? If you're a
that's
true
big.
fan like you say you are, buy that ticket and buy that plane ticket. Take your ass over there.
Yeah,
Watch
and
it.
that's big for them people for the people over there. Like they love football as well. They don't want to sit there and stay up till freaking 10:02, fucking 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning to watch a regular simple football game on a
Like, we
Sunday.
ain't
Like,
trying to go watch the fucking Panthers and Bears in Germany. Who the fuck waking up for that game? Not me.
They want to
Like,
see
what?
Tyreek Hill going 100 miles an hour.
hey, Patrick Mahomes, like, what are we talking about? Travis Kelce, what are we talking about? And don't let Taylor Swift pull up because it's gonna be a whole fucking show.
Because I totally think Tyreek Hill gonna have 300 yards receiving.
I don't doubt that at all because those DBs are.
We're gonna see. But so with that, what's our picks? What's our picks? Who we got? We got Dolphins and we got Chiefs. What we
Oh,
rolling?
I'm
with?
going to beat the life out of them.
So we got a clean sweep of Miami going on here because I think Chiefs gonna lose another game.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
Now, because I really just want the Dolphins to win a big game.
I can
I'm
understand that.
tired of them losing these marquee games. Like the Eagles put it on their ass, and Buffalo beat the brakes off of them. Like I want to see Mike McDaniels get his signature win as a coach.
Well, those are teams that got. I mean, I'm not saying that the Chiefs. I know I said the Chiefs defense has been balling, but they haven't played a team that's built like Miami.
No.
True. I think that's a big factor.
Up next from the normal NFL slate now, we got Vikings at the Taylor Heinekens.
Oh yeah, it's Heineken time, baby.
No, I'm going Heineken time on this.
Yeah. Go on, give me ATL. Like it's just, you know, I love Taylor Heineke, man. Like I really hate that he is not the Commanders quarterback right this season. Like I really hate it.
You and me.
My
both.
boy is supposed to be in DC stepping in some new Jordans every weekend.
Now listen, I'm just saying. Listen, the Vikings colors kind of nice, so he can come up with some real 9Js after this win.
It's gonna be sweet after this. Yeah.
Oh, them Jones gonna be beautiful. I would love it.
He gets some retro 8s in the Vikings colors.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
All right, we was talking about this on Gentleman's Talk. We was going in on the Jordan, on the Heineke Jordan. I said by the time Heineke retire, he gonna look like PJ Tucker with his Jordan collection.
Man, come on. I'm
stacking up all these dubs and all these colors because we was talking about the Titans game. If he'd have got into Titans J's, oh man.
Oh, that would have been nice.
Them would have been
That would have been nice. That would have been so fire. So
this game is gonna be fun. This should be a defensive showcase.
Come on, Auntie. I'm sorry. You gotta get your picks in. You went Dolphins style.
We got picks on the board. And we got the Seattle Seahawks going up against the Baltimore Ravens.
Ouch.
Look, I'm still on my Lamar for MVP. You know.
Yeah, I got Baltimore still rolling, man. Like
I went against
playing like
Lamar.
this.
I apologize, Lamar. I went against you a couple weeks. I apologize, brother. Jackson's got to stick together. Told him. I'm sorry. And he said he's trying to get Odell in the end zone. So I'm going.
Lamar, keep on cooking, my boy. I got Baltimore in this game.
I'm going.
I got B more.
I think Baltimore is starting to cook at the right time. And speaking of Baltimore, we talked about this at the beginning of the season. Right now, the AFC North, is the only division with all the teams have a winning record. Just want to throw that out there. Real quick for y'all.
Well, we said this was the hardest division in.
Well, they're proving it because of the record.
When we were doing our division breakdowns, we said this is going to be the hardest division in all of football.
Well, it's definitely proven to be that. Speaking of the North, we got the Josh Dobbs Arizona Cardinals versus the Deshaun Watson Browns because Deshaun Watson is playing as of today.
I don't know who's playing quarterback for the Cardinals.
Some guy that none of us know.
You might as well go sit next to Myles Garrett and get used to that. Because that's all you're going to see.
Yeah, now, look, I don't care who playing quarterback for the Browns. The Browns defense going to win this game.
If the Browns lose this game,
boy,
I won't even do the podcast. I swear. I won't.
Look, my public service announcement.
Who is the quarterback for the Cardinals?
Amari Cooper, please go off.
That's a great question.
That
is a great question.
Can I have 125 yards from you, Amari Cooper? Please, I'm begging. You ain't got no more Donovan Peoples-Jones. You're like the main only receiver now.
Clayton Tune.
Clayton Tune.
Say that one more time.
I don't know how to say. I don't know what tune that is, but he finna be a part of Myles Garrett's tombstone collection.
That's who they got listed as the quarterback.
No way.
So Kyler Murray is questionable, and they're gonna make a decision on him playing on the plane Sunday, which is the dumbest thing I've ever fucking heard.
I was gonna say 20,000 feet. So Kyler, you want to play? No.
Okay.
Don't talk to Kyle like he a toddler.
Well, he is a little baby.
I mean.
Oh man, I don't like this next game. I hate this game. This is a tale of two teams, but they're both garbage. The LA Rams and the Green Bay Packers. Because right now ain't no love for Jordan right now because it ain't
right.
It ain't working.
The thing about it is
no love in the heart of the city.
I want the Packers to win because I need them to get off. Even though I like what the ownership said, they said They said Jordan Love is the future of the Green Bay Packers. And
So I read a conflicting report that said the otherwise, that they don't know if Jordan Love is the future.
oh no, okay. I read it that they was. And they was like, they said 8 games or whatever, I forgot how many games they played already. It's like that is not enough for them to evaluate who he is right now. Which I agree. Like I'm 100%. Like the dude hasn't played a full NFL season. So, but I also like the Rams. I like what they're doing. So this is a very conflicting thing.
I don't like the Rams, so give me the Packers. Shout out to all my Rams fans out there.
I'm only taking Green Bay because Aaron Jones is fully healthy, and I hope that he goes the fuck off.
So, all right. So then y'all both went Packers. Wait a minute. Is Matthew Stafford? His hand is fucked up. Is he playing?
He's still not been ruled out. He has not been ruled out. If he does get ruled out, there's some guy who plays for the CFL that's like their third quarterback. It's like something Sheets or something. It's some weird ass fucking name.
See, when you guys say something cheap, I'm gonna go with the Packers.
All right, so on to something. This will be a fun game. So we got the Buccaneers going toe to toe against them Houston Texans. This will be a fun game. Damian Pierce and Robert Woods are both ruled out for this game.
It's Baker time.
Give me Houston to bounce back after that loss to Carolina that they shouldn't have lost.
Honestly, I got the same thing. I like Houston to bounce back after that loss to Carolina. No Robert Woods. That means Noah Brown and Nico Collins. Tank Dell. Yep, I like it.
And that
Tank Dell is back fully healthy too.
What that means Devin Singletary. Your time to shine, baby.
Devin Singletary. Yep. Hey, yep. Nico Collins, Tank Dell. Noah Brown, these young receivers, time to take over. They say, yeah, Robert Woods. It's time for us, the young guys, to take over. And I feel it. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take the Texans.
That is a solid comment. Aaron Donald is just kind of there this year. He's just there. He exists. That's about all I can say.
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true.
So this will be fun. This is where me and Mel will be a little at odds with each other a little bit, possibly, because we've got the Commanders at the Patriots. The game is in Foxborough.
Look, as much as I want to go again, I told you I'm off this narcotic. I'm off it. Like I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. These Washington Commanders. I'm not doing it. But Mac Jones is horrible. But so is Sam Howell at this point in time. I had high hopes for this kid. But I'm going to go Washington.
Hey, give me Washington, man. I think them trading away those two guys. When I say guys, I really mean guys because those guys are guys. I don't know, man. You know, when people trade away, specific players on the team, that kind of like rejuvenates a team in some way, shape, or form. I don't know. It's weird, but I feel like Washington's going to win this game.
Hell no. It's one thing when you trade away guys, but when you trade away two players who literally impact how a opposing quarterback plays, that's exactly why Washington's going to lose. And I'm gonna take it a step further. I ain't even done yet. Mac Jones 300-yard plus game.
Okay.
All right.
Talk to him.
Oh, right. See, that's the disrespect on the
Who's gonna catch it? You know what? Pop, it's your time. It's your time, Pop. If you don't know who Pop is, I need you to watch a little bit more football because he's pretty much the only receiver we got.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Demario Douglas to be specific, but we call him Pop.
Key Malik Cunningham, man. Shoot.
So look, between Pop and Juju, man, and maybe a little Hunter Henry, it's gonna happen. Mac Jones 300 yards plus.
All right, look, next week's pod gonna be crazy if any of that.
Either I'm gonna look like a complete ass or like a genius.
Hey, 300 yards is crazy. I swear it is.
If Mac Jones don't get benched by the second quarter, I'm gonna be upset. That's just me.
All right. Speaking of interesting teams going in two separate directions, Chicago Bears and the New Orleans Saints.
Oh, I'm going that new car smell. Derek Carr's still out here.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? And it look, what did I say? You see it.
I get it. Hey, don't talk. Deron Payne is still it.
Hey,
All right, we got linebackers.
still there, man.
We can substitute. We
still got
understand
some-
some blitzes. That's all.
I'm just mad that Chase Young went for a third, because I mean we could have traded for him. That's he would have looked good in New England Patriots colors. I'm just saying.
He would look good out here in Vegas.
You're right. He would have looked good in that black with Max Crosby.
Man, they should have got Buddha. Safety.
I'll take Buddha too.
Tyler and the
So
Kyle
we got a clean sweep on this one. We on New Orleans. We done with the Bajent show, the arm wrestler's son.
Oh yeah,
The arm wrestler's son is crazy because he's really an arm wrestler's son. And I told everybody that just because they went out and beat a bad Raiders team, i.e. Josh McDaniels led Raiders team, that does not mean that Tyson Bagent is ready to take the realm and just take the helm.
Now look,
no, okay,
I'm not gonna lie though. I'm not gonna lie to you. If I'm on offense and my quarterback is double sleeved up with his tattoos, I'm rocking with somebody like that now. Because at least he ain't no clean cut, trying to. No, he really a dog now.
Yeah, man.
Like I'm with that, but
let's go.
This New Orleans Saints defense, no,
it's not gonna happen.
No. All right, I don't know what to make of this team, the Indianapolis Colts, but they're playing the Carolina Panthers, and
back to back.
Let's go. All I want to know is I know everybody has their specific choices for the Raiders head coach next year, Ben Johnson. I know a lot of people are looking at Mike Smith. A lot of people, right? But I do think that the Colts OC definitely does need a look because what he's done with Gardner Minshew in that offense. Hey, y'all might want to put some respect in my boy's name. Now I know the Colts offense. I know the team as a whole don't look particularly good because they don't have a lot of their pieces, but that offense, they putting up numbers, okay? That offense is fire, all right? And there's not like a lot of explosive
Raiders
players
could
on
have
that
got
offense.
Gardner Minshew. I would have been okay with that.
Hey, I'd have took that shit. I said trade for Sam Howell, but
I don't know. He's been acting like shit.
so I take it you're taking the Colts. Is that what's happening?
No, I'm going back to back. I mean, I'm going young boy.
I mean, I didn't say all that. I didn't say all that.
I'm definitely taking Carolina to, I guess we'll call it an upset. Yes.
Actually, no. I think I'm gonna take the Colts.
Okay.
I like that defense, man. That defense look real nice.
Oh, John, because JT
is there. He's not back. He's there.
He's there. Zach Moss is
Zach Moss. Now Zach Moss.
I'm gonna stay with Carolina.
All right. So, we have got the sort of new look Raiders going toe to toe against Troy's Little Giants with a fully healthy Saquon Barkley.
I don't give a
And
fuck.
I think
This
I
is
think
the game.
I think
The Raiders gonna drop 50. Fuck you, Troy. Let's go.
We turn up, okay? It's a new look. It's a new Raider Nation. We out there in Vegas, Allegiant, turned up, and we getting this dub. Fuck Josh McDaniels. Fuck Dave. We putting it up. Let's get it, man. Raider Nation.
give me the Raiders in an emotional win.
Absolutely, because I'm gonna cry.
Devontae gonna cry. He's gonna have 250 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Now that I'm gonna leave it at that. We'll talk about it if it happens the way my brain is telling me.
Lifetime Derek Carr gonna show out.
Come on now, my boy Brucey got us.
You better know popcorn there.
Hey, it's all good. You feel me? It's all good.
All right.
Because the popcorn was good.
The quote unquote game of the week. Cowboys Eagles.
So they say.
I'm taking the Eagles.
Yep. Lego my Egos.
He's taking the Eagles. That's good. That's good. All right, I'm just filling this in. Oh Lord, somebody pray for me. I'm taking Dallas in an upset.
Oh,
We need some parity in the NFC East, and that will be exactly it.
hey, that was perfect.
What would the NFL be without some controversy in the East?
That's true, especially the NFC.
No, but this is the controversy that I want. Because Dak gonna go out there and throw like 5 picks. Look,
All right, we're almost done. We got 2 games. Oh yeah, I like this one. Bills at Bengals Sunday Night Football. Go on, give me Joe Burrow and company. Fuck that, they on fire.
Hey,
I think
boys wrote them off, and then Joe Burrow said, "Hold on, let me put my sunglasses on." Joe Cool back in this bitch.
hey, and I heard a lot of Bills players been talking greasy, saying that they would have won the playoff game if it wasn't snowing. So Tyler Boyd came out and said, "Oh fuck y'all, y'all won the one shit. We'd have beat y'all ass regardless."
I'm gonna go Buffalo.
So give me the Bengals.
I think Diggs goes off. I'm gonna go Buffalo.
That's fine, and everything that Diggs do, Chase can do better.
Everything you can do, I can do better. I can do everything
But
better
you know
than
what?
you.
It's gonna be fun. But I think the X factor in this game is gonna be the number 2s. T. Higgins and Gabe Davis gonna be the X factors in this game.
Yep. No, you can't. Yes, I
All
can.
right.
No, you
and
can't. Yes, I
talk
can.
about this one. They signed Leonard Fournette too, and we
They
all
did
know-
sign Lenny,
Don't nobody give a damn about playoff broken hamstring.
who was out there looking like a madman in Buffalo when it was
Look.
negative forever, and you ain't got no goddamn clothes on. Okay.
If I go out
First
there in
of
some
all-
tight ass shorts and I cut them off all the way up to looking like underwear, I'm gonna look like that too.
Okay, first of all right, you just want attention. All right. Anybody who try to go outside when it's negative nipples degrees outside, okay, and y'all want to just be sitting out there with no goddamn clothes on because you're trying to make a point, trying to make it seem like it's not cold. You just want attention because you know it's fucking cold. Go put some goddamn clothes on before you, I don't know, tear a damn hamstring.
Yeah,
Okay.
You don't get points for that.
No. What
don't.
you get is a frozen sack.
What you get is frostbite. Okay. All right. In places that you don't want frostbite at. All right. You got all that goddamn skin showing. Okay.
Mhm.
Relax.
I know your tattoos hurt.
Man, because mine hurt whenever I'm in the cold. Okay. Relax. I feel like these
All
bitches be ready to fall off sometimes. Okay. Chill out.
So this is it. This is gonna be fun. All right. So we have got Monday Night Football. The Los Angeles Chargers versus them Jets.
Zachariah continues.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. My boy Zach Wilson been on a tear, and I just seen Justin Fields on the Subway commercial, and he don't look particularly confident. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with Zach Wilson.
Give me the Chargers. I know we want Staley fired. I know.
No, but this is what if I learned anything from my brother Moolage, if I learned anything, the Chargers are going to charge.
Especially against Robert Saleh on a Monday night.
And against
On
that
Sunday night.
defense,
Monday night, Yep. I'm excited. Oh, I'm excited.
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
That wraps
Oh,
Lock them in. Those are our picks.
just my little daily dose of comedy for the day. If everybody can do their best on a Sunday night to stay, okay. I'm not gonna stay off the weed. To stay alive. All right. I need everybody to stay alive on Sunday night, please. Okay. I'm not gonna name any names. I'm not gonna say anything specific, but I need for people not to die on the field this Sunday night, okay, between these two teams. All right, because we know what happened last time. Okay.
I wasn't gonna say nothing, but
I need.
I totally
right.
didn't know what you. And when you said it, I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I
because it was
Staying
a prime
alive.
time game the last time this happened.
staying alive. Staying alive. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Can we make that happen, please? I'm just saying. All right. Let's not. You know what I'm saying? That's all I gotta say. Thank you, though.
That wraps up our week 10 picks.
I'm fine.
I'm good with it. I like it.
Oh yeah, I'm confident this week.
Up, look. Auntie said Jets.
Because I mean, I keep until Brandon Staley gets up out of there. I got to keep going with it.
I don't blame you. I'm trying to manifest Justin Herbert taking the next step. So this is what I have to do. I have to make tough decisions
until Brandon Staley has to go.
Like these are tough decisions, but somebody has to do it. So I'll be that guy. I'll stand on this island, and I'm okay with it. As much as I want Staley gone, I don't want Justin Herbert's prime to suffer because of it.
I don't know. Me either.
So. I'm an ultimate Charger hater, so I mean, Justin Fields can succeed, fail, doesn't really matter. As long as
hopefully it sucks so bad that Justin Herbert gets traded to the Raiders, and then
that ain't happening.
Yes, DJ Rockaby. Yes, I did.
I can hope. So, before we get the hell up on our chair, any last word? GQ, what you got? How'd Mini GQ do?
She did as well as she could do. I will leave the final score off this stream.
I just said what she did. I don't care what
she did what she was supposed to do.
Did she do her job? That's all I want.
Yeah, she did her first game. I'm not upset.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters. That's all we needed. So
outside of that, if you missed Wednesday's show, I'm telling you, Cheesecake Factory, we put that respect back on y'all's name for y'all. We got you. All right.
Look, I don't know why y'all people don't like Cheesecake Factory and y'all fronting anyway, because Cheesecake Factory is dope.
All I'm saying is we went in. It was a great show. It's full of laughter. If you want a good laugh on a long road trip, just check out last Wednesday's episode. We got you covered.
All right. And then you females out there, you talking about, but you had your list of restaurants and stuff that y'all don't want to go to. Man, if I'm paying
on top of that, listen,
your goofy ass down wherever I drop the check.
My wife made audio appearances in this show too. She gave her opinion. But listen, ladies, if you have a strong opinion, you're more than welcome to come on the show. We can continue this conversation next week. I'm all for it. I would love to have a half and half men-women panel. I would love for that. Because then we can really get to the bottom of this bullshit.
Take off work to be on that.
Like, I'm with it 100%. So by all means, my DMs are open. Not for anything else but coming on the show. That's it. Only thing my DM's open for. You see this? My wife a thug.
That's it. That's
my
all.
Wife's theme song is Lil Boosie set it off. I'm just telling you right now. You don't want to do that.
Mrs. GQ
keep that blicky real close. I'm just letting you know.
She's staying on business, all right? And she's not.
And we didn't even talk about Mel's favorite person, Little Body Big Froger. She'll
you feel me?
Right.
Somebody who also stand on business. Okay.
Yeah, don't mess with Little Body Big Fro. That's the homie right there.
Trying to tell you. So outside of that, man, we appreciate the 512 subscribers that we now have on the YouTube, man.
We rocking,
man. Keep racking us up, man. We need them.
And the TikTok been rolling too. Everybody who's been subscribing, I love all y'all. I appreciate it. Like look, this is what we wanted. This is the growth. Mm-hmm. Everybody who's been coming through, you feel the vibe, you feel the energy, you're getting laughter, you're getting your analysis, you're getting the breakdowns, you're getting all of it. You're not going to get it nowhere else. I'm telling you, you're not going to get it nowhere else. We are the best show that you can watch when it comes to this sports stuff.
And clearly, based on the way our TikToks are going, y'all love Wednesdays and Fridays, man. I'm just saying, we sitting at 4,000 plus on the likes and love, man. Y'all really feeling us. So, we feeling y'all too. But we keep subscribing, keep commenting, keep letting us know. Hey, I love talking to you guys on TikTok. Y'all crack me up, man. Some of the stuff y'all be saying,
right?
Y'all making me laugh. So, some of y'all we'd love to bring on the show just because it would be funny as hell.
It would be hilarious.
But that's all.
Final words for me, man. It was another great football show, man. I'm just really happy that the Raiders can finally start to take a step in the right direction. I can finally continue my Raider fan and put my Raider hat back on because win, lose, or draw, we are the nation, and the nation lives because Josh McDaniels is gone. But like I said, another fire show. We will be back on Monday. Like I said, we do got some things cooking up to where we will come at you guys every single day of the week, excluding weekends. So stay tuned for that. We appreciate you guys for 512 followers now. So let's keep building. Let's keep going. Like we said, we try to hit 1K by the end of football season, man. I know we got a long way to go, but if all things go right and all things go considered, we should hit that no problem.
No problem.
So like I said, we appreciate you guys for sliding through. Appreciate the chat for sliding through. Everybody was lit.
Oh,
Ty,
we had
Auntie,
Andre, Ty, Auntie was in the building.
everybody. You know, we appreciate y'all for sliding through. The new people that was in the chat that didn't even comment, man. We like you. We appreciate y'all for sliding through. Remember, like,
Shout
comment,
out to my
subscribe.
co-host DJ Micah B being in the chat.
DJ Micah B being in the chat,
Always.
both of them. So remember to like, comment, subscribe, share, everything. Follow the TikTok, follow all the socials, man. Follow us on socials. We do all the promotions throughout the week and everything like that, so you guys don't miss a show. And yeah, that's it from me.
Yep, we are out of here. Hold on.
That's what I'm talking about. That last comment, you know what I'm saying? Letting everybody know.
What was the last comment? I didn't see it. What?
Crazy Shots Universe said, nice shirt, GQ Pats Nation. You know what I'm saying? We got to represent. I don't care what the record is. We're going to always be like that. We 10 toes down for our Patriots, man.
That's Josh. We're going to have to get Josh on the show, too.
No, don't worry. I'm getting my new salute to service because that new collection look real nice. I can't wait to get my hoodie.
Me and Josh be going back and
I'm
forth.
gonna pay my $100 for my hoodie.
Me and Josh be going back and forth on TikTok. I'm glad you came. I'm glad you came.
Yeah. Oh, that's the sports TikToker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We follow each other too. Yeah. Now I be commenting on some of his stuff. He be killing with the gambling stuff. It'd be funny. I love it.
Yeah, but like I said, everybody coming through, appreciate it. Well, can't be Pats versus the world until Mac Jones leaves. If not, y'all gonna
leave burnt mac and cheese alone. All right, leave burnt mac and cheese alone. And I ain't talking about what Auntie do at Thanksgiving, fresh out the oven. I'm talking about legit burnt.
Hello.
Yeah. But with all that being said, we appreciate everybody who came through. Like I said, Monday, basket to basket, they heating up. NBA season is here, so they're gonna start ramping it up over there. Gentlemen's Talk doing their thing. Like I said, if you missed last week, you better go check it out. I got a promo video from GQ too. I haven't done it yet, but it's crazy. I was going through our old footage. GQ be wilding sometimes, but my God.
Y'all have no idea.
Hey, we love it though.
Well, no, we definitely love it. Playverse team. Check out Zamara and her, all her co-hosts and everybody that over there playing.
What's left of Zamora? She been getting cooked for the last 9 days.
Yeah, if you haven't seen her last couple TikToks, ridiculous.
Yeah, but she needs to go ahead and just go ahead and accept that. You know what I'm saying? James Harden, her guy,
her goat. Call it is her goat.
Her goat, man. He been making her look bad, man. So you got to sit there and accept that filet mignon. You know.
Exactly.
Look, First Lady of FTSL, we love you, but you gotta take this hot ale eventually.
Gotta take it. And then again, next Friday we are back. Football Friday. We're gonna be popping off again. So we appreciate everybody stopping through. Keep coming through. We're gonna keep giving this hot content. And you know what we gotta do? It's that time of the show.
Push the goddamn button.
Yeah,
You know it, man.
push your button.
Push the goddamn button.
Push the goddamn